All right, all right, all right. So hopefully my microphone, I think my microphone good. I didn't really do a microphone check until just now, so I believe I'm good. All right. Oh, all right. Boy, 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 boy. Let me stop that real fast. So let's start the show with some action, right? I think we should start the show with some action, with an ice chase, right? Let's do that. Let's start the show with an ice chase. Let's get some action in. We don't ever do action.
Here, I got him.
He chased him thirsty, yo.
You okay?
I got this pop-up that won't go away, man.
Too hot out here to be running, man.
Hold on, I get rid of this pop-up. I've been
Other than
pressing
that, you
X,
good?
X, X.
All right. Cool.
Hey, my phone, you?
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, yeah, thank you. My family.
Like a notification pop-up.
Okay.
It
You want
just
some more
will
water?
not go away.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, I ain't falling for that. Yesterday I was live. I smacked the fly that was on my power wire and the whole live shut down. And he was on my power wire again. I almost swung at him. I said, nah, you won't get me twice.
Thank you.
Sir.
No, stop, brother. I need this. Stop, I need this.
1050, 200 pound wood. Loader 28, Charlie, Quintet, 85, Foxtrot, India, Gray, Toyota.
Okay, so this would be the whole chase.
Yeah, we're gonna have a conversation. Get one of our reports. Amigo! H, here, I got him. Y'all
There
got
you
Mike
go.
running. Come here, ven aquí!
He said, come here.
Ven aquí!
Your copy's funny as hell. Dude, if he's taking off, he's not going to come here.
5104, Whiskey
Like,
Mike
he act
running.
like, then I keep
Hotel
me,
Mike running. Pinewood.
he has to stop.
Behind Tractor
Like,
Supply.
he's going to malfunction.
Bring down Pinewood
Who
behind
got
Tractor
more
Supply.
endurance?
Ven aquí!
The illegal
Mira,
or
don't
the...
move!
Who's
Running
that?
to, he's running to US 17.
All right.
Hold,
Yeah.
Hotel Mike.
These American officers, these white American officers, they are really embarrassing the country, man. These American white police officers, they really embarrass the entire country, man. These are the most unfit Americans ever. This dude, can you imagine if that dude had like a detonator that could blow up America and they had to get it from him and it was hard to spot and locate him? So this is the only officer who spot and located him, and all he got to do is run him down. And he about to have a damn heart attack. He ran not even a block.
Blue shirt, black pants. He's
Look,
behind
gave
Tractor
up.
Supply. Going towards US 17.
Breathing like that, yo, they should be suspended, yo. Like really, like they should be put on a diet to keep their job. They should be put on a diet. The same way they do, like an offender who might have some type of alcoholism, and they put them on something where they monitor the alcohol intake, or a person with drug addiction, they monitor them, but they can't take drugs or only but so much or whatever the doctors gave them, prescribed to them. That same diagnosis should be for these white, lazy, out of shape officers, man. They should be put on some type of probation where they can't eat but so much and they have to jog. They can't sit around but so long without being active, like walking and jogging and running. This is embarrassing.
10-4, Hispanic Mike, blue shirt, black pants, DOT 17.
HK just jumped the fence.
Peace to the
He's
family.
heading
World
behind the
best
old post
grader,
office
Swarthy,
building.
Claude, I am sick. I got this pop-up, but I can't see. Hold on. Let me pause the screen. I gotta get rid of this pop-up. Let me see if I can. Let's see if it let me get rid of this pop-up. It's like blocking the chat. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna let me. Wait, can I get lucky? It's a Facebook notification pop-up. And I don't think it's gonna let me get rid of it. Yeah, that's wild. So I gotta keep the pop-up. That's wild. All right, check it out, family. That's wild. Okay, I finally got rid of it. Hey, peace to snacks. They need a bike machine or something. Exactly, man. These some lazy people. Now, I don't know. Okay, so now look, it finally popped up. So this, what you're watching right now, okay, this pop-up right here was holding me down that whole time. Okay, let me just click approve all. They're trying to join my group. I'm just gonna approve all. That's wild.
HQ, if I can get a unit on Pinewood, he's right near Pinewood.
That's embarrassing.
So I'm going east in the wood line on Pinewood.
Hey, the way, he should not feel good about himself. Like, he got to look at, like, what if that dude had kidnapped that officer's, let's say, 4-month-old baby? Like, you got to run like that. You got to chase that. You got to get in health. You got to get fit and healthy to a point where you believe you're chasing down a big trafficker and you caught him red-handed and you got to catch him and you failed. You know how many hands that 4-month-old baby would have been in by now? The swapping and mixing cars, man, that kid would have been in Mexico by now. Venezuela. This damn filthy. Yeah, I could never respect. This is why I can't be a cop or something like this, because I stay top tip shape. Not top tip shape, but I'm definitely more fit than anybody my age on average. And I just can't respect people who just let themselves go without like some type of reason. Some people got mental illness. Some people got a handicap, things like that where they can't control it. But if you can control your fit and you just let it go as a man, as a woman, y'all do your own thing. But as a man, nah, because a man is a protector and provider, dude.
I got Pinewood.
I got your south perimeter at Yulee Villas.
Okay.
Chandler, I'm in the wood line, directly across from me.
He's over here.
you're that immigrant. Like, I got away.
730. If we know he's in the wood line, just set up a perimeter and wait for canine.
He think he got away. No, sir. The officers are lazy as shit, but he got backup.
He's somewhere around here. He ran this way.
Yeah, he's
I just
still
saw him
breathing
this way.
hard.
He bucked this way. HQ's gonna be a hotel Mike, about 5'6", black hair.
Yeah, he breathing hard, like he in a horror movie, like he just outran Michael Myers.
Blue shirt, black pants. Yeah, go down there. He's working his way that way.
10-4, Hispanic Mike, 5'6", blue shirt, black pants.
Driving with no DL. Second offense.
Driving no drive license.
I'm at Pine Tree and Pinewood.
That's just okay. Just do it, Vato. Hi. Can you catch this guy, man?
Policia! Ven aquí!
Uh-oh. Yeah, now I don't like dogs. You dig? I don't like big dogs that I don't know. So you want to catch me, all you gotta say is I'm letting the dog go. Hey man, I'm here. I'm up in the tree, yo. Let me get down. I do not mess with dogs I don't know.
Policía, ven aquí. Yo got on the paddle.
Golden. He said, "What is this runaway slave?" Nah, man, this
Policía,
is
ven aquí.
runaway
Un
illegal.
paddle. Sheriff's office, surrender now.
But after this, I got some tether stuff. So this is because, you know, some people be like, "Hey, man, you always show the black immigrants. You never show the white immigrants, or, you know, the little talking points. Y'all doing a bit of white supremacy." Okay, so I'm showing you some Latino immigrants, illegals.
You're gonna get dog bed.
So I could be well diverse.
Yeah.
We promote diversity here.
Show myself in 12.
I got non-lethal. One.
Yeah, where he at?
Oh.
Yo, that dude is that good. He just disappeared in the woods. Like, he need a whole platoon to catch this dude with dogs and everything.
His ID's in my pocket.
Yeah, for y'all coming late, the cop ran up on a dude. He was like probably 10 feet within grabbing the dude. And look at the gap right now between that unhealthy, unfit, worthless cop and that guy, the suspect. Like, yo, he increased the gap where he's like, they can't even find the guy. That's how slow and unfit that police officer is.
1066, 1033.
So, police officers like that, they kind of encourage criminals to run, suspects to run. They know you're not gonna catch him, but a fit cop, like, nah, I ain't gonna run. He gonna catch me. He gonna put his fist in my teeth. So let me just, you got me.
Signal 55.
Nope.
Where was your ass at?
Where was your ass
1098,
at?
1033.
Why was he there? Doing what?
was he there?
Why was he there?
Why were y'all late?
We weren't. We were here.
Yo, you hear the cops infighting, yo? Yo, the cops are infighting. Let me back up. Yo, they're infighting. Listen.
1066, 1033. Signal 55.
Yeah, I think the first comet is going to get on the fat cop who couldn't catch him. And then you're going to see a lot of infighting with the police officers. Listen. Please, Donnie. Amen.
Where was your ass at?
DC, look, you heard that? He said, nope.
55.
You heard him? He said, y'all can't handle nothing simple, can you? He said that to the fat obese cop, and the fat obese cop said, nope, listen.
Nope.
66, 1033. Signal 55.
Nope.
You heard that? Y'all can't handle nothing simple, can you? He said, nope. So then another person said, where were y'all at? Watch. Get down from there.
Where was your ass
1098,
at?
1033.
Why was he there? Doing
Why
what?
was he there?
Why was he there?
Why were y'all late?
We weren't. We were here.
HQ Echo 5. You'll start 10-7.
Yo, I think the federal agents and the local police officers are getting into it. And the federal agents are calling the local police officers incompetent. And so the fat local police officer, like, nope, we can't handle nothing correctly. Like, so he's like conceding, like, yeah, we are obese, we're incompetent, we're goofballs. And the federal agents are hot right now.
71 for an eval, please.
Never.
Yeah, I ain't never see police officers go at it like that. That's crazy. For law enforcement. Yeah, the federal agents mad as hell they can't find them, yo. They are hot.
1097.
And you text me, you okay? I'm like, yeah, it's 77. I go out to the vehicle.
I ain't gonna lie.
I go out to the vehicle. He popped the passenger.
I turned right and then I saw him hop out the passenger door.
And I'm like,
Well, I was late. I was late to the party.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm 47. I would have caught that dude. There's no way he would have outran me right now. No way.
I'm gonna open the passenger door and I'm like, what the? And he took off. I'm like, oh, this little short guy.
This little short guy.
We got it. We got our own.
You dudes be racist.
Yeah, I got my credentials.
All these damn fires, man.
You said Woodline. I thought you said behind the thing.
Yeah, so he jumped the fence behind Tractor Supply and then he went behind the old post office. And then we went behind and then came back in the wood line.
This way?
Yeah. Well, he came out this way, then he started working his way south. So he jumped the fence right behind Tractor Supply, and then he went towards the old post
All right, let me
office, went in
fast
the
forward.
back.
Okay, they got it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We got some action.
I'm gonna go set up on 17. I don't think we have anybody over there.
Hey, family, I had watched something. I don't know if it's it couldn't have been in America. But I had watched something where a warehouse had like 27 tons of some type of explosive substance. And like, this is why, guys, you got to stop criticizing the FDA, the FCC, the USDA, all these regulatory organizations. They are here, whether you don't like them for whatever small reason, but they are here to keep private companies in check. You might say, oh, they paid off, whatever you're talking about. But countries don't have what we have. So I just seen a country that had 2,700 tons of some type of explosive something. And since they don't have a regulatory body like us, the damn thing blew up and it reacted like an atomic bomb, yo. Let's say it blew up. I'm gonna try to give you guys an example. Okay, so we were talking about Newark, right? Right, we were talking about Newark yesterday. So let's look at Broad Street, Newark, near that hockey ring, right? If it blew up there, if you guys know Newark, if it blew up there, people all the way on Springfield Ave. So if you take Clinton Ave all the way up to Springfield Ave, those people were still impacted by the blast. Even those people got hurt. Yeah, that was like the first. That was the first time I experienced the impact of a blast. Like how, so even though now it took out it disintegrated buildings like near it, almost like a nuclear bomb. The buildings near it, so 200 people died immediately, and 1,000 people were like hurt, injured, and stuff. Like it's really a sad video. I'm gonna put it in the link. I'm not gonna play it on my channel because it's probably 100% flag, delete, shadow ban. I want you guys to watch this. Like they gave you 9 different angles. Yo, you're not gonna believe how far, because people were recording, just recording outside. You won't believe how far they were from the blast, and that blast shook it bust windows where they were. So that was like a interesting video. It kind of like, so you see the Ukraine war and Israel. You get to kind of see what they experience on a regular basis when bombs are thrown around left and right. It's kind of crazy.
So everybody else is on this.
10-4,
I'm gonna find that video next, actually. I'm gonna put it in the chat and let y'all watch it. It's crazy. You're not gonna believe how far people were and still were impacted by the blast. Like, it was like surreal.
Show me your hands.
Show me your hands!
Here we go. Here we go. So that officer got him. That's an in-shape officer.
Get back.
HQ.
Now, even though this dude is on ICE list and even though he's illegal, look what they do for him that they don't do for black people. Look, right around. Are they going to show it? So look at this. He was given water. So now there was a black dude, right, that outran the cops. Same thing, like simple stuff. Maybe stole a car and he hopped out and outran the cops. When they caught him, it was a hot day like this. The dude was hot as hell. Black young dude, probably like 19 years old, hot as hell. They caught him. He gave up. He ain't like him. He ain't put up a fight. He gave up. All he asked for was water. That's all he asked for. The white lady cop didn't want to give him water. No. So but again, listen to me. He ran like him. He ran for his life, for his freedom. He ran for his freedom. They caught him. He's breathing. It's a hot sun. Now all the cops drinking water. They're passing water bottles around. He's like, yo, water. Long story short, do you know this dude from when the time she put him in her patrol car, and went to transfer him to the precinct. Do you know he was unalive from dehydration that fast? So she's like, wake up, guys, stop playing. Stop playing. The dude was unalive in the car. And you see him limp, like the car just rocking, turning, he just dangling back and forth. All because they wouldn't get a dude water after a long chase in the hot, burning sun. And he's an American citizen, but illegals can get water. It just kind of remind you of like Vietnam and World War I and II, where Black folks are worthy enough to go to war and fight for the country. But when they had Dr. Khalid Muhammad talks about this, when they had the POWs, right, the German POWs, when they all came back, or wherever they were, maybe in Germany, but the American, white American army, guys, they were able to be in the same room with the white Germans, and they still segregated the Black army military men, even though they're in the same side. So it was legal for the white German person to be with the white American soldier in the same room, but they still segregated the Black soldiers. It was wild. It was wild shit. And Dr. Khalid Muhammad pointed that out on the Phil Donahue show. Matter of fact, maybe I'll play that one day on my live, so y'all can understand who Dr. Khalid Muhammad is. All right. So anyway, let me try to find that blast in my history. All right, family. So we're going to get into it. Let me just find that blast. This dude, Cam James, is a clown, yo. Yeah, damn, where'd it go? Unless it's on another channel history. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so check this out.
A United States citizen was almost deported, was arrested by the federal government, held, incarcerated for many days, and finally released when an attorney believed him. He was never not a citizen.
Okay, so now you guys might think this is this year under Donald Trump's administration, because the liberals want you to believe this is going to happen next. All right, but let me scroll down this screen to let you see how long ago this was. This was 2 years ago. This was under the Biden administration. So all that liberal scared talk they're giving us, oh, Foundation Black Americans, you're next, you're next, you're next. Well, guess what? Like I said, that's why my slogan is, we're not next, we were already first, you're next. That already happened 2 years ago, but it wasn't under the Trump's administration. This was under the Biden's administration. Now, I don't know what type of citizen he is. It just says Black. We don't know if he's Foundation Black American or, first gen, second gen. But this happened under the Biden administration. So all that scared talk, now you guys got them. You can say it already happened. It happened under the Biden's administration. So again, we're first. We're never next. We're always first. But like I said, I don't know what type of Black this is. We're about to find out.
Yeah, he's a Black male. All right, let's get to it. Let's put up his picture full mass. Let me tell you about the horrific story, the thing that happened to Brian Buckle. Never should have happened, but it did. 62 years of age, was detained.
Hey, peace to Byron Floyd. Let me throw a wrench out on Byron Floyd, just like the video, like my other family members should be doing, right? I expect you already. Let me check. Where we at? Because my family be slow-footed. Let me check. Yeah, come on, family. Really? Stop.
And almost deported to the British Virgin Islands because immigration officers refused to believe that he was a US citizen, and they refused to even check.
Now keep in
Mr.
mind,
Buckle, born in the British Virgin Islands, was automatically naturalized through his parents in the 1960s. He was 9 years of age. But in June 2020,
Wait, run that back, Turbo. Hold on, let me read that. Okay, yeah, so he's not Foundation Black American. All right, so that's okay, so that's answered. All right, cool. Now finish. So
He thought he
was
would be going home
cool.
from prison to reunite with his son. In time for Father's Day, he was told that Immigration and Customs, the enforcement wanted him out of the country. So ICE said, you have to go. Here's a quote. I came this close
Can't let my
to
son get in
being
the camera.
deported and losing everything. A nightmare that has stayed with me to this day, Mr. Buckle said.
So keep in mind, this is under the Biden administration. So don't ever let these liberals, these Democrats try to scare you and say you're next. You say, no, we were first. This already happened under the Biden administration. Under your administration, already happened. All right. And you could let him know he wasn't Foundation Black American, but he was supposedly a Black immigrant with citizenship. All right.
Civil advocates believe Buckle was subjected to the treatment because of his race. The US government.
So no, that's a lie. It wasn't. It's because you're not Foundation Black American. So but you see how it could be framed, because it was first framed as it was a Black citizen. And again, when you just say Black citizen, the world is going to automatically assume Foundation Black American. When you say African American, the world is going to automatically assume Foundation Black American. That's why we don't like that, because a Black citizen is also a person from Nigeria, Somalia. Myron Gaines is the Black citizen. All right. So we don't like that. We don't like that. That's why we want exclusive terms, Foundational Black American. Because even just now, this sounded like this was corroborating some of the liberals' fear tactics. But this is still a non-FBA. So so if you want to scare us, you got to say, hey, foreign Blacks, you're next, not native Blacks like us, Foundational Black Americans.
Settled a wrongful arrest lawsuit with Mr. Buckle on December 5th for $150,000. Not enough money, in my opinion. I will tell you why in a minute. Data shows that ICE disproportionately selects Black immigrants for deportation. According to the Black Alliance for Just Immigration, Black immigrants are more likely to be targeted for deportation and come in contact with ICE than immigrants of other races. While 7% of non-citizens in the US are Black, they account for 20% of those facing deportation, triggered by the criminal justice system, the organization that advocates against anti-Black racism in the immigration process said. Now there's more. Buckle was incarcerated in 2018 for 2 years for assault and possession.
So he's a violent foreigner.
Of a firearm. He was convicted and spent his time. Gave his time, he's now.
Hey, Pink, he does. If you got that, if you know where you heard that from, put the link in the chat. I would love to hear that for myself, so I can maybe do a live on it.
A free man, according to.
And Pinky, your girl will be done today. Rolynn, whatever her name is, that then tether. Yeah. So she's coming up.
To the docket, but that's not what happened. While in custody, he told California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation staff that he was a US citizen. Told them this on numerous occasions. And it was noted in their files that he told them, hey, I am in fact a US citizen. However, prison staff decided to ignore the proclamation of this human being and classified him as a potential ICE hold, which means
under the Biden's administration. Keep that in mind, family, because they try to act like it would be the Trump administration. It was the Biden's administration that popped it off. So if it does happen to these non-FBA Blacks through the Trump administration, we're gonna keep it in context. It was Biden who popped it off, as far as we know.
The federal government needs to come and look at this. In addition, all of the applications identified Mr. Buckle's parents as the route to his siblings' citizenship. The documents also confirm
you see we get new
that
family
their naturalization started the same day Buckle's mother and father completed the American citizenship process. Still, the immigration officer who sent the request to the prison to detain Mr. Buckle for 48 hours would have been released to transfer to an ICE detention center, said he had probable cause to do so based on, get this, biometric confirmation of Mr. Buckley's identity and records check of federal databases. Now let me pause on this and then I will give you
let's pause for a second. So yesterday, y'all might have missed it because yesterday I was just off. I was just imbalanced all day. I'm talking on mute, then I had a microphone issue. It was just a horrible day to go live yesterday. Today's a little better. But anyway, I'm outside and these flies don't stop. So a Pan-Africanist called last night pretending to be a non-Pan-Africanist. And people don't know who I am, they don't know who we are, period, right? So they think they could talk about things as though we don't know it. So he tried to mention the ACS. Okay, he tried to mention the ACS as though the ACS were helping Black people get to Liberia. That gotta be the most, but that's a Pan-Africanist talking point and tethered talking point. All right, but anyway, hold on.
The rest of the story. What in the hell is that? Okay, well, a biometric determinant is basically something like voice recognition, facial description or facial recognition. Fingerprints can be included. Also, fingernails, DNA, things of that nature. So what is the federal agent talking about? That he has some kind of biometric information that somehow supersedes any other information that may be part of the system. Well, that remains a mystery today. We never got to the bottom of it, unfortunately. The lawsuit says Mr. Buckle maintained that he was a US citizen the entire time and repeatedly requested to the prison staff to remove the immigration hold, but they did not. Instead of being picked up by his family on June 16th, 2020, Mr. Buckle was picked up by ICE the next day. You're not a citizen, you're a foreigner, one prison guard reportedly told the man. Two security guards employed by G4S Secure Solutions Inc. went to the prison and arrested Mr. Buckle before transporting him to the ICE sub-field office in Bakersville, California. However, the ACLU Foundation of North California, Advancing Justice Asian Law Caucus, and the law firm Sidley Austin LLP, which filed the lawsuit on the man's behalf, claimed the security guards had no authority to arrest Mr. Buckle, even though they were outsourced by ICE. The practice was also banned during the summer in another lawsuit settlement. ICE and CDCR didn't care about me or my life, he said. Mr. Buckle is just one of several potential US citizens arrested, detained, or deported by ICE over the past few years, and the vast majority of them, people of color. Mr. Buckle also told ICE officers at the field office that he was a US citizen through his parents' naturalization. However, the lawsuit says deportation officer R. Cruz checked the database and found only evidence of his father's US citizenship status, not his mother's. He told Buckle, "We're going to send you back." Buckle then asked the immigration officer to speak to his brothers to confirm his status, but Agent Cruz refused. The older man spent 36 days in an ICE detention center before a lawyer intervened on his behalf, and he was released. Here's what you will not hear. You will not hear Marjorie Taylor Greene outraged by the federal government treating this man this way. He's a US citizen. You will not hear Mitch McConnell outraged by the treatment of this US citizen. You will not hear Lindsey Graham, Donald Trump, or others on the right outraged by this miscarriage of justice because he's the wrong color. Understand this. If this would have happened to a white male or white female, they would have been all on top of this, making the federal government the villain and the individual incarcerated the hero. That's what they would have done. But when the context changes in reference to skin color, all of a sudden, there's this very different proclamation of facts. What happened to this man should have never happened. He is, in fact, exactly what we said he was. Now, think about the process of negligence here. Number one, he told prison staff exactly who he was. Number two, it was actually noted on his file. Number three, they ignored his own truth and decided to still contact ICE. ICE gets involved. They subcontract to a private company to go and have him arrested, detained. And it wasn't until multiple law firms got involved, multiple advocacy organizations stood up, and that's when Mr. Buckle was released. That is the reason I say $150,000 is not enough for what this man went through. All right, David, thoughts here?
I feel horrible for Mr. Buckle, and this goes to show that the racism is not just the security guards and the people involved. There is an institutional racism in the system as well that needs to be addressed, because what happens is it's so easy for somebody in this system in which you have immigration and custom enforcement decide. They get to decide who's going to be an American, who's not. They don't get to, and they can use arbitrary reasons for who they go after. And so when you have, it's like a snowball effect. When you have a couple of people, the security guards who are clearly racist, who for whatever reason don't like Mr. Buckle and don't like the idea that he somehow may be freed in America, this whole thing starts to snowball because we have institutional racism that combines with the individual racism. And until we realize that, and until we realize that we are giving so much power, so much ridiculous power to agencies like ICE and others, this is going to continue to happen. And I'm just glad that Mr. Buckle is still alive and that he didn't give up after a couple of years in prison and then suddenly now he's behind bars and ICE, that he would have the fortitude to keep going and to realize, okay, I'm going to beat this. Good for him. That's a great role model for all of us.
Yeah, that's right. And all of the levels that decided to ignore what he said, I guarantee you, David, they're saying, I'm not racist. What I did was a mistake. But you have to think about it. Everybody made the same mistake with Mr. Buckle. Every agency, every department, every layer of protocol made the exact same mistake with Mr. Buckle. That's called, as you said, brother, institutional. And that is why it is worthy of examination through the context of critical race theory or other critical thinking dynamics as it relates to race in America.
Yeah, so family, I wasn't on mute, but as you can see, you see. So that scare tactic of black citizens being deported, don't let them just say black like we're the generic blacks. When they say blacks can be deported, I can't even say it. When they say blacks can be deported, you let them know the only black that can be deported, and it ain't foundational. And you could give this case right here, like, nah, it's the other folks, the other blacks that's going to face deportation. It ain't foundational. All right, let's go here next because we got some shows to get to. We got some hate coming from him. Now, everybody, every Afrocentric that come over here, every tether that come over here, they always act like they never seen tethers disrespect us. Listen.
I want you to check out what she's saying.
Just happened to say, if all African peoples across the globe united to demand reparations from the West, we could end this empire today.
Look at this. What's up with these? What's up with these folks? Now they want to hold hands again.
I don't know what it is with this weird obsession that Black Americans have with holding ourselves and the fact that we are descendants of slaves over everybody else. But I just want to remind y'all.
You see this? So we need a tether to remind us of something. This is the entitlement. We're not, look, and why are you including yourself in our fight in America, in our domestic fight? We're not including yourself. We're not including ourselves in the Burkina Faso fight. We're like, yo, we hope the best for you. You dig? Handle your business. If you win, you win. You get destroyed, you get destroyed. History, life goes on. You become history. You dig? That's it. But we're not going to be like, yo, we need to come help you, but we're going to tell you how it should be done. We don't do that. That's disrespectful. That's undermining. That's tetherism.
That there are descendants of slaves, African descendants of slaves, all up and down the Americas, baby. As a matter of
Yo, these folks are hilarious.
But I just want to remind y'all that there are descendants of slaves, African descendants of slaves, all up and down the Americas, baby. As a matter of
Hey, yo, that was actually funny. You could tell she got a sense of humor. That was actually funny. But like you said African descendants of slaves. That's a personal issue. We're not African descendants of slaves. We are American descendants of slaves. So one more time, let's do that quick correction. You're right. You're not wrong. There are African descendant slaves all across what you just said, but there are no American descendant slaves over there. So we're still different. We got different fights.
I just want to remind y'all that there are descendants of slaves, African descendants of slaves, all up and down the Americas, baby.
Right. So handle your business, but you're not American. You're not an American descendant slave. Big difference.
As a matter of fact, the majority of enslaved African people didn't even come to these shores. They went to the shores of the Caribbean and South America.
Now, you see that flag back there? You see that flag back there? You see that flag back there, ma'am? Can you just focus on CARICOM? Y'all caught that flag back there, right? These guys are just disrespectful, and they just all up in our business, man. Just disrespectful. We caught you. We see that flag. It just so much hate and entitlement. And we want you to help your prime minister build your country up. He's asking for your talents. He's asking for your resources. He's asking that you behave. Don't come over there with your criminal element that you came to America with, or he's going to make you meet your maker. But you're back there with this motivational speech.
People didn't even come to these shores. They went to the shores of the Caribbean and South America. People love to uphold Black American resistance as the crown jewel of all African resistance. And let me tell you.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Okay, we owe a lot of thanks to our brothers and sisters in Haiti and Jamaica.
Uh-oh, she tried to introduce Jamaica. We know 1804, but explain Jamaica's resistance.
Because without them revolting when they did, we would not have been free when we were.
Well, that young lady.
Wait, hold on. She said, wait. Hold on. Why is she talking to Jamaicans as like a third person with a big Jamaican flag back there? I mean, she's cosplaying right in our face. She said she's including herself with Foundation Black Americans, but she got a whole Jamaican flag in the background. I mean, goddamn, you forgot to take the flag down?
Tell you, okay, we owe a lot.
Look, we see the yellow.
Of thanks to our brothers and sisters in Haiti.
She said she's calling herself Foundation Black American, and we need, and she's using Jamaica's in a third person with a big ass black yellow flag in the background and green.
Haiti and Jamaica, because without them revolting when they did, we would not have been free when we were.
Look at that flag.
Well, that young lady got a lot going on, right? She's wearing red, black, and green.
Look.
What's that thing you call it? Kafia? I think that's what you call it. Well, for the Palestinians wear. So she got that on her head with some Pan-African colors on. I said, okay, cool. And I know the Palestinian flag also has those colors as well. So she's sitting up here. First of all, so many things that you said that we got to just take our time. We've never said that we were over anybody. We never said that our story about slavery is more than anybody else's story. We've never said that.
Projecting.
We never said the slavery in the Caribbean is less than. We never said that. The slavery in Latin America was less than. We never said that. We just told our story.
Right.
And that's it. Now, we can't help that our story is getting out a lot more.
Right, right.
We can't help that we have maybe the biggest microphone out of everybody in the diaspora.
Microphone check.
We can't help that. But you know what? We went through a lot to get that. We went through a lot of suffering.
Bernard, peace.
And it went global, the suffering that we had.
Right.
Martin Luther King was very good at playing PR and what he was doing. And that's how the world found out about what we were suffering. If Martin Luther King would have never did the PR that he had done, was showing the brutality of these people, a lot of people wouldn't even know anything. They wouldn't be knowing.
And that's why we don't allow you to. That's why I love I like Dr. Umar on that. So I'm not anti Dr. Umar, everything he says and does. I love the way he defends Dr. King. Okay, because you got a lot of people who disrespect Dr. King, and without Dr. King, like Phil Scott is saying, we ain't who we are today in the world. The influence, and he put our suffering, he put our oppression on, first front page of the newspaper, basically, in a figurative sense. The whole world's on notice. They were looking at us over everybody's suffering. That was very clever, but that's some foundational Black American shit.
Images of what's going on with us as Black Americans. Now, for a long time, Black Americans wanted to say, hey, we are all Black.
Right.
It don't matter if you're from the continent of Africa. It don't matter if you're from Caribbean. It don't matter if you're from Latin America. Right. It don't matter if you're from Asia. It don't matter where you're from. If you're Black, then hey, we all Black. And how many times, see, what I don't like is when people act like this reaction of delineation is just coming out of nowhere.
Right.
And that everybody wants to be on some unity, and Black Americans like, oh, no, I don't want to unify with nobody, especially from the diaspora, okay? And immigrants.
That we are 30 likes away. We start slow too often. We used to be thorough. FBA Defensive Unit, the likes was not a problem at all. Chat, just go ahead and click that like button, please. Get the likes next to the viewership, because again, like you see our family start to come in and tune in with us, and we have a litty chat. Let's not be selfish. The like is for other folks to see what we're experiencing. You dig? Our little family get together. This is a cookout. Hit the like. When you hit the like, that's an invitation to other people with the same lineage to come to this cookout.
That come here to America. Why are y'all being so disingenuous and not telling the truth about why delineation happened?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the U.S. Aviation Academy and the Conroe location. Come take a look at our campus.
I hate when I use the wrong channel to show a video.
And then when somebody say, hey, wait a minute, hold on. Forever we were saying, oh, hey, man, you may be from Nigeria, man. We Black, man. Yeah, we were too broad. I am not Black. I am Nigerian. Well, when we heard that, I'm not Black, I'm Nigerian, that shows that, first of all, I'm looking at another Black person literally in my face. Of course, I know you're not from here, but I'm literally looking at you, and you out of your mouth going to say, I am not Black. I'm Nigerian.
And I show that on my channel. And if you don't believe it, let's see it one more time. In real time. Check this out, family. Here's the reference.
Telling me you stealing from the airport.
I'm not stealing, I'm buying paint. That's what I told you. What are you
know what I'm saying? Yeah. Black folks always stealing something.
I'm not Black folks, I'm African.
That's the same thing, you Black.
Not the same thing. We're different than you guys.
Look at your hand.
No, we're different than you guys from here.
How are you different from me?
Oh yeah, we're different.
How?
We don't do the same thing.
What you mean? So you better?
I'm not saying we better, but we do different stuff.
Like what? Give me an example.
Do different stuff. We African, we do different stuff.
Give me an example. Listen. Like y'all eat rabbits and we eat pigs?
Yeah, quarter. When Obama win, I see the Black folks here started dancing. You know what I told them? I said, no, it's not your win. It's African who win. Believe me. And you better.
Oh, so Obama, you celebrated too?
Of course, Obama is African.
So why they can't celebrate?
Did Jesse Jackson win? He never gonna be able to win.
Listen,
Jesse Jackson, did he win?
You said,
did he win?
Hold up, you said we was dancing.
Listen, this African, listen, he's keeping it real. He's keeping it a buck. He's being divisive. He's delineating. Listen.
When Obama won.
Listen, y'all don't act right. Let me clear.
Oh, okay. And you do.
No, that's what Obama win. This doesn't win. Because this doesn't win.
So you say the African Americans in America don't act right.
No.
And you do.
We do. That's what Obama over there.
You racist.
I'm not. I like y'all, but you know what? That's the reality I'm telling you.
You're racist. You just like the white people.
No, I'm not white. I'm African.
No, you're like the.
Oh, you see that? You see that? And this dude don't even consider himself foundation Black American in that way, even though he is. But you see, they are the ones who borrow those talking points from the dominant society, from white supremacists, not us.
White people.
No,
you're
I'm African. I'm African. You hear me?
So wait, you won't go get a diamond chain and wear around your neck?
Oh wait, no, I ain't gonna wear. I'm not gonna show my underwear. Do you see me dressed up?
Let me see.
I'm not gonna show my underwear to you.
I ain't even finna get into that. Let me see. That was insane to me. But
Yeah,
regardless
that
of
was
that,
wild.
he's not wrong. Now he can miss me.
I told you he's not wrong. I said, listen, you can learn from that dude, but that was corroborating what Phil Scott said.
And like, it make you look like that don't even make sense. Okay, bro, whatever you want to do. Then the people who got it the most, I would say Dominicans. I am not black. Exactly. I'm Dominican. Okay.
So when they talk about, remember, Tariq Nasheed had that hashtag them first. So when they start talking that ICE gonna get y'all, they gonna get y'all next. Them first. You did, we were already first, but it's y'all turn. Like, so that scared talk with us, that's out. Your turn. That's what we doing. What's my name? My man name, battle rapper. He be like, your turn. What's that? JC, your turn. And we already been through that. Mama, it's your turn.
Everybody been saying I'm not black, I'm this. I'm not black, I'm that. Why are y'all calling yourself a color for?
But they all black now.
How many times have they got on video saying that? Oh, y'all need to let this black American thing go. Y'all not black. Y'all not the color black. Y'all not this. Okay, fine. Okay. You're not black. You're something else.
Right.
We finally got to a point that we respected that.
Right.
We say, listen, they do not want to be black. We can't force them to be black like us. We have to respect, because this is respect. Delineation is actually showing respect. We have to respect what they want to be called. So if you're a Nigerian person and you're not black, then that's what that is. If you're a Haitian and you're not black, that's what that is. If you're Dominican and you're not black, we have to respect that. Because when we was trying to push we all black on you, you felt offended.
My son right here, so I don't want him in the camera.
You said that's not what y'all called. Listen, I know what I'm talking about because I've talked to many of you. I've interviewed many of you for years.
Right.
I'll never get the one Dominican young lady I interviewed, and she said that when we hear black, we think American. We don't think Dominican.
That's a fact.
And when she said that makes sense because they don't view themselves as black. They view themselves as Dominican. Now you fast forward to 2025, and FBAs have delineated and say, okay, cool, we're black. You are what you are. Go ahead and do your thing. Now you're saying you want to be unified for reparations? Well, how can you be unified for reparations when you didn't want to unify all these years? I'm trying to figure out why the unity now.
Right.
Why can't we get unified a long time ago?
Right.
I'm just asking the question. Why can we not be unified a long time ago?
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, the Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy. I look forward to you joining.
Why on earth you call yourself black now? Then so many mental gymnastics are happening with that.
It has now
like, so now you having some first generation saying, well, you know, technically I'm black American too, because, you know, I was born here. You know, I mean, I'm cultured here. I mean, even I go back to, you know, to the homeland of my parents, they don't look at me as African. They look at me actually as an American.
Right.
Even though I may know the language, I know the culture, customs, but they still don't look at me as a Ghanaian.
Right. Nobody's confused.
They say I'm an American. So technically, I am a black American. And yes, you are an American. You were born here, at least as today. You were born here, you are an American. And yes, they would classify you as black, but you're not a foundational black American. No.
Okay, wait, I didn't. Let me see. Did I get your cash app, brother? Let me check. I'm not sure. I haven't checked. So I'm not even like a money hungry guy, you dig? Where I'm like checking the cash app to see who sent something. You dig? I definitely acknowledge it when I see it, you know. Let me see. Okay, so yeah, I see some I'm going to Walmart later, so I see some Walmart donations in here. Okay, so I believe you sent the $10. I got it. So let me just acknowledge it with the rock symbol. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even know it was there. Thank you for letting me know it was there, bro. Yeah, so the Cash App entered the building. Family, here we are. Thank you very much.
You are, you know, like I said, a first generation American. We're not first generation Americans.
Actually, you just covered, I'm going to get 2 loaves of bread with that. Thank you very much.
We've been here hundreds of years. You just got here. But everybody's trying to worm their way in to be called black American. But it's just amazing to me because when we wanted everybody to be called black, when we wanted everybody to practice flat blackness, right? Everybody black together.
They ran from
But
that.
then when this Trump administration come in,
everybody black.
And then ICE start, you know, bearing down on people, right? It's just amazing. It's utterly amazing,
right?
How everybody want to be unified now. So it leads us to believe that, do you want to be unified for protection's sake?
Hey, yo, I'm really mad that Pan-Africanist that called in yesterday. I ain't gonna lie, I woke up mad as hell. Man. I was so mad. He got me mad. I woke up today mad as hell. That called in yesterday.
Or do you want to be unified?
Because he's lying.
Because you've seen the light? Like, what is it? What is it? Some of you are getting upset. Some of you are really crashing out about this and trying to literally put it on us like we the ones as black Americans started not wanting to unify when we have been begging y'all to unify for years. So I'm going to say decades. We've been begging for it. Just like some, not all, but some FBAs begging Latinos for a coalition.
Chad Smith.
I know this. See, y'all can't pull that on me because I know what black folks are doing. I know.
It was $10. Okay.
Even when black folks are calling themselves African American.
It was
Let's
Parker.
go there.
It's definitely you.
That's kind of weird to call yourself African American. Like, what is that?
Hey, family, let's get the likes up because I could tell when the likes are not there because we're not seeing new people. We're not seeing new FBAs come in the chat. Because when the likes are up, FBAs be flowing through here like 5, 10 deep. So family, the gap is like increasing. We almost got 100 folks listening and we got less than half of the likes. Actually, I just lied. We still need 30 more likes.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all have to take responsibility on that. I'm talking about.
I agree. All right. So now let's get out of there. Let's see if he had more footage. Okay, he got more footage. Okay.
I'm not black.
You're not black?
No.
That a lot of black Americans don't have is a sense of knowing where you come from.
I want y'all to.
I told you, listen, blacks, they got it. They all do this collectively. They got this thing
Well, we don't know where we come from. Now, we got here in America the same way Jamaicans got to Jamaica, the same way Puerto Ricans got to Puerto Rico, and Haitians got to Haiti, and Panamanians got to Panama. And then we got there the same exact way. Somehow we are the only ones of that large diaspora bunch
that don't know where they came from. It's just disrespect, and it's undermining us. They're just always undermining us for no good reason, we thought. But now we see the real reason. They're jealous of us and they want to replace us. That's why they now embracing the terms they wouldn't embrace that Phil Scott was talking about. They rejected Black, they rejected African American, they rejected Black American, but now all of a sudden they're Black American, they're African American, and now they're trying to call themselves foundational Black American. So they're literally trying to replace us. They are our shadows. So sometimes when I say the shadow, I might not say tether, I might say our shadows. So family, just to let you know what I'm talking about, if I say, hey man, I'm about to go to so-and-so, but our shadows might be there too. I'm talking about the tether class who's always emulating us, trying to be us, trying to follow us everywhere we go to replace us. So they are our official shadow.
Stop saying this.
And they down with 3F. Forehead, flip flops, and flies.
Expeditiously, please. Black Americans know where they're from, America, and that is
right.
okay.
Thank you,
it is
sis.
More than enough to be from America.
Right. Thank you, sis.
We are our own ethnic group. We have our own language. AAB.
Now they tell us that we don't know where we've come from, and it's obvious America, but they're trying to get over America in droves, and they get mad when they get sent back to their homeland. They want us to be Nigerian and they be American. That's what they really want.
Food, culture, music, all the things that make you an ethnic group. If a person claims to be from Jamaica, you don't question that. You accept that answer, which is ironic because guess what? Black people are not native to the island of Jamaica. In fact, their ancestors came to that island at the same time that my ancestors came to.
And I just said that because that's an obvious fact. I don't know why they act like we're the only. That's what I just said. Like we all are where we at because of the transatlantic slave trade. And they're acting like we're the only ones that don't have a homeland when we all have a homeland.
To America. But because we are a minority in this country, you dismiss our contributions to the culture and the American fabric.
Yeah. Hey, Golden, man, I'm right there with you, bro. Like some things they be saying, man, I'll be like, man, I'm so glad that I'm where I'm at and they where they at. Because some stuff be really disrespectful where you just want to Roy Jones Jr. them. You want to Mayweather them like Tank Davis. You did Bud Crawford them. Really. Like they be really talking spicy with the disrespect. It's like, yo, y'all know goddamn well you don't express that disrespect around any FBAs in your life. They up there in New York, they ain't talking nowhere near filthy like that. Like FBA, we always had a history. When we're disrespected, fists fly. That's it. That's it. And they know goddamn well they're not talking that greedy stuff in front of no FBA person. I don't give a damn if they are the majority in Brooklyn, whatever. They ain't talking that. FBAs, we come out fist throwing.
We are part of this country and how we built it. We built it for free, first of all. And when we start saying these things, y'all, we are dismissing the Black American contribution. You are implying that.
So family, you're liking the video slowly, but the views are growing. So we're still 30 behind. So that come in to check out the live stream, like the video. I understand there may be 2, 3, 4 Afro-centrics that's not gonna like it. It might be 2, 3, 4 tethers that might not like it. But family, for the most part, because I got my YouTube analytics, for the most part, my viewers are my subscribers. So they're FBA. You take the Adolfs, they're Freemen. So it's you guys. You guys ain't liking it. It ain't the tethers or the Afrocentrics. It's us. All right. And I love that. I love that most of my viewership comes from my family, my lineage.
Our roots here are not very strong. If a white person tells you that I'm American, like you don't question that either. You don't say, but where in Europe are you from? You accept that. Accept our answer as well. The part that I want people to hone in on is that there's a part of this country that is always trying to
And I would like a tether or a Afrocentric to call in and explain what grifting is. And you know what I mean? I would love to just, I'm gonna have questions based on that definition. but I would love to get an official definition of grifting because I don't believe that's a real thing. I think that's what tethers and Afrocentrics make up, and they paste it onto FBAs who get busy out here.
Cut the history and the contributions of Black Americans, and so that we as other cousins in the diaspora should not feed into that. It is the same. It's the other side of the coin of saying, go back to Africa where you're from, when my ancestors built this country. So I want us to be okay with answers like, I'm from America.
Now, I'm sure they would, Pinky, the women. Yeah, but trust me, I'm from Jersey, and I had a lot of, immigrant Black friends from all countries, and nobody ever say. I'm not saying I would have hurt them or hit them. It just was a respect thing. Like they didn't even think of saying something like that. You know what I mean? Some disrespectful, undermining shit. Like they might have felt like that, but they never expressed it. Like I said, it wasn't that I was going to DDT them or something like that. It was or choke slam them. Nah, but just a respect thing that they knew not to disrespect.
By way of Tennessee, Mississippi, Missouri, those answers are enough.
I'm tired of having the conversation about us not knowing where we come from.
Tag me in, coach. I'm about to end this right now. Now, this shit ain't to offend nobody. This is straight facts. Won't be no traffic if you just stay in your lane.
Baby, I'm from Texas. My mama from Texas. Her mama from Texas. Her mama from Texas. Her mama's mama is from Texas.
Sure the fuck is from Texas, because Texas became formally known as a state on December 29th, 1845. Same Texas that was formerly a part of Mexico, but was an independent country since 1836, but it took 10 years to become a part of the United States due to the political division over slavery, which means that your black ass family was already there. But when did Nigeria become Nigeria? Nigeria became a country on October 1st, 1960, but my dad was born in 1949.
Yeah, I love that breakdown. My man said, yeah, that's a great point. And we even could say, when did Jamaica get its independence? When did Trinidad get its independence? All of them got their independence in 1960. That was a very valid point. I'm stealing that angle. I'm stealing that angle because all of them got their independence in around 1960. All of them. All right. That was a dope angle. I know the Americo-Liberians got the independence in like 1847, and it was the the ACS who encouraged them to do that.
My dad is from Alabama, and on December 14th, 1819, Alabama became Alabama, but Kenya became a country on December 12, 1963.
I told you I listen to Unbiased, Ron. Most of those diaspora and those African countries, mostly all of them got their independence in around 1960.
Mama was born in 1962.
And then some people from Louisiana a little bit further down the line. Look, man.
And that's where they from. They from Louisiana. Because on April 30th, 1812, Louisiana became Louisiana. Louisiana became the 18th state. But see, when they ask me where I'm from, I'm from the land of Indians. Indiana, the Kikiyanga in the Miami, Indiana,
Right. So, damn. So we've been in America longer than they've been in Jamaica, Nigeria, because it was never that until they got an independence. I like that approach. Like that.
19th state, the home of the babyface and the after 7. When you ask us where we are from Indiana. So
all right. So yeah, like Tashi D, peace, Alicia Hill, welcome. So we got Amir Laster. He said, I lived in Jersey and Miami. I hear none of this. Ray, exactly, bro. I'm from Jersey. And so you've been in both cities where they deep as hell at and they feel comfortable. They got enclaves and they didn't say that. So I'm gonna give Amir Laster a wrench. Amir, all I ask in return is, like the video and subscribe and check in with us, big. This is your family. Wayne Johnson said African immigrants were saying they not like us before Kendrick Lamar. Right. He just said it in the video. Now they want us to tell them where we come from. Right. I'm from Texas. My family traces his roots back to Texas since the 1700s. So same thing, Wayne Johnson. I'm going to throw a wrench at you. All I ask for you to do is like the video in return, subscribe, and tap in when you can. I know there's other content out there that's, that you guys are doing. but when you can, try to tap in with us. We're usually live in the morning like this. Lenara says, tethers go home. The free ride is over, 100%. Pinky Wells says, that man is right. My mom, born in 1949, older than any African country and matter of fact, older than all those damn island countries as well. Okay, so Gary Chevalier says FFF is out the money. I'm not sure what FFF is. Can you explain what that is? Iconic piece to you. Yeah, so help me out with FFF. Some foreign funding, something. Help us out.
When somebody asks you where you from and you say Haiti, and Haiti is a complete answer because Haiti
wait, are you talking about the 3Fs? The forehead flip flops and flies?
became Haiti in 1804. Recognize when somebody say they from Georgia because Georgia became Georgia in 1788. So you might be from Johannesburg or Cape Town, South Africa. South Africa that became South Africa in 1961. Make sure you put some.
I told you, 1960 is the time where they all got their independence, where they became independent and they got their new birth. Okay. I'm telling you, it was the 1960s. So as long as he keep cooking on these tethers, he's going to keep referencing the 1960s where they got their independence. All right.
Respect on it when somebody tell you they from Atlanta, because Atlanta was Atlanta in 1837, ho. First name Marcusville in honor of the then governor's daughter. Nickname Terminus for its rail location, and then changed soon after to Atlanta, the feminine for Atlantic. So when we tell you where we from,
I know that.
That's where we from. So unless you plan on telling us what tribe you was in or what the fuck your family was doing,
yeah, we are clapping back. Yeah.
Don't question us when we tell you where we from.
Because we have men like Emmanuel Ocho or Ocho, whatever, we really need to start saying there's black people and then there's African Americans. Because
okay, so now remember, these folks, everybody you're listening, go in. They're not familiar with the term FBA. Okay, so tethers, white supremacists, and Afrocentrics. They're going to come around to it, right? Because like you said, blacks and then African Americans. Once she hear the term, I got it. Once she hear the term, move. Once she hear the term FBA or ADOS or Freedmen, she's going to immediately be like, "Yep, that's what I was looking for." Here, she's going to immediately say, "That's what I was looking for." Here.
Yeah, the Africans.
That's why it's our job to have these conversations with our lineage, because they're right there. They just don't know the term, the lingo. We got to have these conversations. We got to get these likes up, because these folks are on live, and maybe I need to be more active with my IG and Twitter account. I don't use those at all. So I use them to like communicate, but not to like, do shit like this. But maybe I should be active because I might reach more people.
The ones that are actually first generation, second generation, where their grandparents grew over, we're in Nigeria.
So Iconic says, peace to the chat. Byron Floyd said, don't let these vampires in the house. Facts. Sounds bad too says, watch that happens when we stop talking about they're going to say we're selfish and self-centered. Yep. Tashi D says, South Carolina, Arkansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Texas, and Arizona are the states my lineage started in order from the beginning to where we are now. I am 6 says, my dad was born the same year Harriet Tubman died in 1913. Leonard said, these Essence Festival displayed it all. Get out, and we don't want no cheetah, pea, jollof, rice. Laura says, my dad is from LaGrange, Georgia. Byron says, Illinois and Mississippi, Indian names. I didn't know that. Alicia Hill says, maps had all sorts of names for their countries, and they carved it up. These maps are in Negro land. Satch, Ohio says, late to the chat. Peace to everyone. Pinky said, I got to rewind and listen to him again. Yeah, he cooked. He cooked. FBA is in my blood. Byron says, Golden Brown said, yeah, that's very true. We will always feel the energy of our FBA culture runs through FBA spirit. Yeah, so we just got to have a conversation with these folks, or our And live feeds gotta be mentioned in their suggestion box. And that only happens with all of us. We're having these conversations on a regular basis, right? So if my live feed one day become blessed to be in their suggestion box, they'll click it. They'll be like, oh shit, there's a whole bunch of them over there that think like me. Because when people think like that, usually you kind of sometimes think it's just you because your immediate surrounding ain't talking like this. So you kind of feel like, damn, I'm the only one that feel like this. And then you meet FBA News and FBA News and Updates. Like, wow, there's a whole bunch of folks there, and they're gonna feel at home. And there it is. And history is in the making.
Nigeria and Ghana and moved over here. That's African Americans. All right, if they're Americans. All right, and then there's Black Americans. We gotta start making that distinction because Emmanuel does not.
Is she delineating? She said we gotta start making that distinction one more time. Now she knows nothing about FBA because everybody want to blame Tariq Nasheed for this thought. Everybody want to blame Yvette and Tone Talk for this thought. Okay. She is not aware of either like that, you see? And she had the common sense to say, we got to start making distinctions between us and them. Just like that African man had the sense to do that. So everybody can have the sense to do it but us. When we do it, we're the blame, we're divisive, we're the bully, whatever.
All right. And then there's Black Americans. We got to start making that distinction because Emmanuel does not speak for me.
Wait, 1 second. Forlang said Virginia, North Carolina, and everybody else is from South Carolina, all the way back to slavery. All right, you know what? Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Right. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna look for something real quick. Real quick. 1 second. Excuse me, sniffling, but out here, the pollen out here is ridiculous. I'm not even allergic to anything, but the pollen would make you allergic to some bullshit out here. All right, so give me 1 second. I'm looking for something, and I found it. Okay, I found it. All right, give me 1 second. I got something for you. Okay, I'll make this bigger. Okay, hold on. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna real quickly just show this so we can nip something in the bud. All right, so let me share my screen. Okay, this is my family tree. All right, this is 1884. It's a little blurry. I can't even read it. I can't read that right there. Okay, let's go up. Okay, so like I said, I know my family tree goes back. And so that's one parent all the way to 64 or 84. Okay, it's one parent. So I ain't got that problem. So y'all could lie and say things and this and that. You tethers gonna need some receipts. All right. But you definitely ain't gonna lie on me though. I got my receipts.
I kind of wrote him off a long time ago because he said something one time in a clip, and I was like, why would you say that? Why would you say that? And then I remembered, and then I thought, he's not from here. Like his family is not from here. He don't feel the.
So Dorian Bridges says, my ancestors fled Virginia during the Civil War to Westminster, South Carolina with the Gullah Geechee. So Dorian, I'm gonna throw a wrench at you, Dorian. Just all I ask in exchange is like the video. And if you want, you can subscribe. You could tap in with your family. We be live in the morning most of the time. Sometime when I have some free time, I go live again in the evening. It ain't as lit, but it's definitely lit in the morning. And my Cash App is there for those who are into that. But let's continue.
the same way I feel. We need to start making a distinction between these folks, okay?
But
There's African Americans and then there's Black Americans. And
I'm sure somebody was in her inbox or commented, say, hey, we do have a distinction. We're ADOS, we're freedmen, we're Foundation Black America. I'm sure at least one person had told her that. At least one person. Is there IG account?
When you use the distinction African American, literally by definition, what you're saying is you are a African immigrant, meaning you immigrated from Africa.
This young dude is, I love when our youth get out here, because they remind us of the Fred Hamiltons, you dig, the Malcolm X type folks, where we had that fire to make a change, right? We didn't rely on so-called elders. The youth take it to the streets and get out there and take that torch and say, I got it. I got it. Everybody else relax, get your coffee, kick your feet up, drink your tea. We got it. So I always admire when the youth get out there and be active for a good cause. Right. So let's see if you got any other stuff on here. I got a lot of stuff to go over. Okay, here we are.
Now, with the information that we have now, people still identifying with that just show their lack of intelligence and their lack of care to not only themselves, but the whole group of Black Americans as a whole.
Are you dumb? Now let me break this to you, young bucks. I can say nigger however much I want to say nigger. I'm black. Shut the up, and it's always the whitest brothers, bro. Shut your mouth. It's okay. You have no blackness in you. It's okay. It's 2025. We're not in the 1600s. Ask me where I'm from. What's my background? I'm Angolan. I'm Angolan.
This dude is having an episode.
Can't say don't mean I can't say
He's having an episode, yeah.
Guess what? You're a
Yeah, my man is wild. Hey, yo, Gary, let me give you a wrench. Like I said, I forgot to give you one. Let me give you a wrench. Like the video, subscribe, and tap in with us as much as you can. Yeah, this dude is having, he need to take his medicine.
There lies the problem. There lies the problem that a lot of y'all fail to understand the difference in between Black as an ethnic group and Black as a race.
Okay.
Black Americans, we're one of the few people that use Black to refer to our ethnic group, not necessarily our race. And I'll explain because that sounded kind of vague.
Right.
Let me explain.
Hey, yo, I'm so glad. You look young too. I'm so glad. Hey, I'd be so happy, and that energized me more. I become more fierce when I see the youth out there riding hard. Because when I start slacking and feeling lazy and feel like, I'm giving up, like, hey, man, it's falling on deaf ears. When I see that youth get out like that, man, I'm telling you, they be resuscitating my spirit. I get out there and I just go crazy ham and hard. Because I can't let the youth outdo me. But they always jumpstart my spirit to get back active. I love when I see this stuff. And then when they smart, it's even better.
So unless you've taken your ass overseas at a certain point, been to Tunisia, Libya, 2 or 3 weekends in Fiji, Bora Bora, it's only then that you'll understand that it is very rare for your ass to encounter an ethnic group in this world where the name of their ethnic group, as well as the name of their culture, is based on their skin tone.
Right.
You don't see color-coded ethnic groups like that. That is a white man concept. That is a white concept. Nobody else does that. The Itoke of Fiji do not do that. The Yoruba.
Yeah. Amir said they act like the N-word is a key to cool. Goddamn right. Like, I want to say it. I gotta say it. Like, they act like that is the FBA card. That's the ADOS card. Dude, we don't really care like that, dude. Say what you want to say. You dig? Say what you want to say, because we can always make any word lit. That's why we were saying, my boy. Like, you see how fast we could run from the N-word? But we be like, my G. We be like, cuzzo, partner. Like, we got, just name the city and state. We have different ways where we don't say the N-word. What's good? You dig? Son in New York. What's up, son? What's up, God? So we don't have to say it. We got other replacement words. You dig? So like they just wild. And like I said, we'd be like, my boy, like, you dig? We don't got to say it, but they always say it because they can't use those replacement words like we can. It don't sound right. They sound square when they try to say my boy or son. So they got to keep saying the N word. But that lets us know, like, yo, you're not like us because you can't mix it up. We're not solely, reliant on the N word to communicate with each other.
Of Nigeria do not do that. The Nuba of Sudan do not do that. The Sikhs do not do that. The what are my boys' names? I forgot my fucking. What are their names?
You heard him? He said, "What's my boy's name?" You see, he didn't say, "What's my ninja's name?" But then we say ninja. Like it's the N word is not that important to us, like it is to tethers and whites and Latinos. It's not that important to us. We can drop it and have a replacement word and keep it moving. Hey, put that back in the chair.
The dude with the blue rose from Tunisia, they don't do that. Nobody else does that until that only comes from the outsider colonist perspective. Where we got fucked as black people, I'll say black Americans in this country, is we only say black culture, black American, black this, black that, because we don't know what else to fucking say. This also causes a little bit of confusion when we encounter other people from the Afro Diaspora, case in point, Jamaicans, Afro-Panamanians, Afro-Cubano, Cubans, because a lot of the times the name for their culture is Cuban culture, Panamanian.
All right, so we know all that. So let's just move on to the next person that he might have out there. Anybody else? No. Okay, so let's move to the next video that I have. All right, now this might piss y'all off right here, though. All right, so I got to play a video that just might piss y'all off.
This.
Right? Hold on. So this next video might piss y'all off. Warning, warning, warning. Viewer discretion advised.
Don't know about tapers and edge ups?
Damn!
Anyways, I decided to press play.
Honestly, I'm sick and tired of hearing a lot of people saying things about black people this, Africa this, and that. Let's get some facts straight. If you hate Africa so much, that's fine. Don't try to find out where your ancestors are from.
Okay, so that's a projection. When did any of us say we hate Africa? They're hearing us saying other stuff, and in their wicked mind, they are twisting it as hate. So you no longer can speak truths about countries and continents. You're not allowed to critique. You're not allowed to, like, these folks talk about our shit all the time. Like they're entitled. They feel like they can do it. But when it comes to us, we can't speak about Africa at all. Zero. But they could speak about FBA problems all day long, and they even attempt to give us solutions to be greater. Like these guys are delusional, and we have to delineate. If they let them go do them, let them fight ICE, and we sip something with ICE in it.
It's okay, you're born here. Accept that. We accept that too. But we never force our narratives on you. That are over here, or people who claim to be born over here. That's fine. But you guys find it so okay and normal to talk nonsense and say stupid things about Africans or the people that migrated from Africa to the United States. Like it's
No, but give us a case in point. What did we say about those immigrants that was stupid? They never do. They just say it, and because they said it is true. This is, I'm a tether and I say so. And tether Babel.
Like it's the end of the world for them. Listen, let me tell you something you don't understand. Just because we come over here to adventure into things.
Here we go. Watch this.
Does not make us less of who we are.
Yeah, you're not going to believe what he's going to say.
You should be actually grateful for the fact that Africans come over to the United States or to the other countries to help liberate you guys from the things you don't even know.
So they got to come over here and teach us what we don't know. And that's what Tariq Nasheed was saying about the word African. If we claim we're African and we're not 100% African, it's like a 10% of us from any given country in Africa. all the Africans from Africa, they become our OGs because they come to America and say, yo, I'm the real African. You're only 20% Nigerian, you're 10% Kenya. I'm 90% Kenya. I'm 90% Nigerian. I'm 90% Ghanaian, Ethiopian. We're the OGs. We're the forefathers. And they get the full rank. They become our OGs when we claim we're African because they are the top Africans. You can't be more African than them. They from Africa. They're Africans. So he's trying to pull that right now. Listen, you Americans. We got to come over here and straighten you guys out because we are the real Africans. We got the real African blood. They were pulling that back in the day when we were trying to like link our roots to Africa and embrace ourselves with Africa. They were pulling that. Listen to us, niggas. We're going to tell you about the motherland. You dig? No, that's out.
Okay? It's just like in the Bible, like when God told Adam and Eve not to eat the forbidden fruit.
Uh-oh.
I'll put it this way. We are the forbidden fruit. There's a lot of things you guys didn't know existed until we started coming here.
Yo, you heard him?
If we didn't come here, some of you wouldn't even have that mindset to be trying to endeavor in different type of businesses.
Yo, he said if they ain't Heather over here, this is a guy who's clearly retarded to our history. We talk about take it all the way back to Black Reconstruction. This guy is retarded to the Black Reconstruction.
I'm not saying you guys haven't been doing that for a while, but at the same time,
watch this, family.
We are the evolution of you.
He said they are the evolution of us. We are we are the face of Black people on the earth. Okay? And he said, now we could easily make that claim. We can easily say we are the evolved species of all Black people. And we can go to our innovations, our inventions, our influence, swag. And then we can source up and show and do a petty little comparison, tit for tat, and say, yo, we're the best at everything. We kill y'all in science, we kill y'all in tech, we kill y'all with money, we kill y'all with fighting the white man and boxing and wrestling, and we could just run it down with the Mayweathers, Muhammad Ali, John Bones Jones. We could just run it down. Like, we're better than y'all in everything imaginable. Track and field and just name it. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. We're better than them in everything, but we never stoop that low. But this dude said the Africans are the evolution of us. I told you he's going to piss you off. That is the most disrespectful thing that any Black person can ever say to another Black person. They're the evolution of us. A dude who fled his country has I'm spotting flies right now. I need to hire his ass to get these flies. Like, these guys are experts in killing and dealing with flies. They don't even kill them. They worked out an agreement with flies. And this dude eating mud cakes and dogs, and he's the evolution of us.
Now, he says something that was very interesting. First, basically, Black Americans are being liberated because Africans are coming over to Americans. It makes us start new businesses. Huh? And then he also said that Nigerians are the evolutions of Black Americans. Now, that was something that I thought was pretty interesting. And you know me, I was eager. I had to press play again.
Not the other way around.
Aspen Dental is on a mission to help people smile again.
The commercials always come at the wrong time.
Because the whiteys are over there still playing that card on your head all the time. But guess what? We show in within a year, we get in houses, buying cars, feeding numerous family members, starting businesses. Should I continue?
Yes, you should continue. Okay, so let's compare your group coming over here, getting what you just said, and let's compare ours. We're 43 million deep. You would think we would have more than that than you, right? That's just a stupid comparison. You're comparing a small group in the hundreds of thousands to 43 million. You can continue, and if we start, you won't come any. You won't. It's an unfair comparison. It's an unfair challenge. All right. So, yeah. Listen, family. You guys can do what you want to. I ain't rocking with none of them, and I ain't supporting nothing they do. You dig? I ain't never going to damn African store buying some shit.
There's a lot of African businesses out there that employ Black Americans.
Name them.
Regardless of their backgrounds. They still
exactly.
Give them jobs. But some of you are over here easily bashing people that you don't even know about. Some of you find it easy to say, oh, you African.
Right. Lord Maul said Nigerians are the evolution of scamming. Right. You guys took fraternity fraud and you took scamming on another level. You are definitely the masters and evolution of that.
Booty scratcher, you this, you that. What about you?
Okay, go
ahead. If we
ahead.
have to choose to call you a certain name.
Go ahead, go.
You'll be so depressed easily.
Wait. You already called us names. You called us a whole bunch of shit.
We don't get depressed. We don't.
Yeah, I'd be mad as hell when we call you tether. What are you talking about? That shit hurts our soul.
We just see things, find a way to move on from it. And that's why we believe we are mentally strong. We don't play on all this emotional stuff like every other.
So then he says, in the second part of this, we are the evolution of you. In other words, we are who you are supposed to be because we come over here and we get jobs and we get houses and we don't really care if you call us names. That's what he said. And then you had somebody that came to his TikTok and asked him, why did he flee his country?
Right.
And the young man says this.
Someone asked me why I left my country to the United States. Personally, I'm here to enjoy life. Okay? That's number one.
So you can't enjoy life in your country?
Number two. It's not your business.
Didn't I just ask you? Exactly. My man had no answers.
To shut the fuck up.
Yo, I need the
It's not your business.
Didn't I just ask you to shut the fuck up?
Now the comments for this were pretty interesting.
Yeah, we are funny.
Some people agree with him. What's wrong with that? Why can't people learn from each other?
All right. I know some Nigerians handling their businesses. I can't,
Person also says,
Stop. Don't do that.
I know some Nigerians handling their business. I can't hate on them. Then you have this other person says, he might be speaking truth. I mean, you do sell Ogun juice. Last I checked, Ogun is a Yoruba West African deity, and Nigeria and the Yoruba are located in West Africa. Just saying. Yeah, Tariq Nasheed indeed does sell Ogun juice, or at least.
Okay, but how did this come back to Tariq Nasheed? Like, this is a random tether venting his hate towards a whole lineage, right? And then you guys go pick out one, you randomly, I can't even say randomly. You cherry pick a member of the lineage, and it's Tariq Nasheed. Why don't you pick me? Why don't you pick this person? Somebody for the chat. How does it magically all come back to Tariq Nasheed? So they always try to make him a leader because this is the reason why, family. They want a target. It's real simple. They want a target. They want a target because they know they can't rock with us just talking shit like that. So they need to pinpoint on one person. And okay, I'm gonna make it all about this person. And he's gonna be the big NIGA. He's gonna be the representative of everybody. No, that's not how that shit works. It did. Not how that works. All right. So anyway, let's keep moving. So we got a deportee. Who was very, very sad. Let's listen to her sad story. I'm gonna get him. Let's listen to her sad story.
So many sleepless nights because currently I am on my way back to Nigeria. The US has all your data, your Instagram page, every single thing. So apparently my Instagram obviously says different because they even checked all my messages with my customers. You know, the customers have been telling that
they checked her Instagram and sent her home. Nigerian businesswoman's visa's nightmare. What happened at the US border? You will all hear directly from a Nigerian businesswoman who was detained for 24 good hours and denied entry into the United States of America.
That sounds about right.
Despite holding a valid B1/B2 visa, having a legitimate reason for her trip. And still, she was denied entry. If you want to understand how the social media activities could affect your travel and what this means for the future of diaspora entrepreneurship, keep watching the full video.
Hi everyone. I have thought of many ways to do this, and to be honest,
yeah, you should only be honest, right? There should be no other option. Why would you embellish or exaggerate? Only be honest with your story, all right? Nobody's crying with you. You're crying by yourself, but entertain us, please. Are we not yet entertain us?
None of it.
I know some names.
Any less. I have figured out in my head, should I tell you guys the truth or should I just play along with it? But I think the best is
tell the
just
truth.
To tell the truth.
Tell the truth, shame the devil. Come on.
As you all know, I and my team has really prepared for this trade fair. For Houston and for New York. So many sleepless nights in preparation for this trade fair, but it hurts me to tell you guys that I won't be there because currently I am on my way back to Nigeria.
As you should.
So I'm not one, right, to come out on social media and start to
get to the point, man.
Talk about all my hurts.
It goes back to nobody hates Africa more than an African. She's crying that she has to go home and be successful home. Okay, all your clients and the shit you did in America, why can't you make another Hove in Nigeria? You made a Hove in America. If you're that good, if you're that talented, if you're that educated like you believe you are, why you can't make another Hove in Nigeria? Come on, spare us.
As a business person, but this one hurts so bad.
Yeah, but you're still a business person. Be a business person in Nigeria. What's so hard? What's so hard about selling to your own people? That should be even easier.
It hurts so bad. So apparently I was denied entrance into the US, and that's because
that is because Border Patrol is doing their goddamn job for the first time in a long time.
Visa was a B1, B2 visa, which is tourism / business
you gotta go home,
right?
Get the life, family day.
I was detained for like 24 hours in their detention room, and when I was questioned, I told them that I was just only going to exhibit, but I didn't know any better because the US has all your data, your Instagram page, every single thing. So apparently my Instagram obviously says different because they even checked all my messages with my customers. You know, the customers have been telling that they're coming and they can pick up and, you know, all of that. Long story short.
Yeah, get to this moral of the story, man.
This is actually for my US ladies.
Yo, she been crying and babbling for 5 minutes and said absolutely nothing. We're confused on why she's deported. We don't even know, man. Can you just spare us with the sob story and just get? She's trying to pill on emotions, ma'am. Just get to the bottom line, the moral of the story, please.
God knows I tried. I really wanted you guys to see the face behind this brand.
Where is it?
You know, the face that
here
puts in all the work.
There you go.
I wanted you guys to not only experience my product, but experience the person behind the product.
She's only crying out of one eye. Yeah, so wait, if she's crying out of one eye, then she's not crying. That's her context. If anybody ever wore context, you know if you don't clean them correctly, you put them in, they'll make your eye water. All right. So maybe she did it on purpose. She sabotaged her eye on purpose.
I'm thinking about all the money's lost because I mean I see like it's
ma'am, go make Nigeria great.
Part of life. So what you guys will do for me is just support me in any way you can.
That ain't happening. We're gonna support you on your way.
If you get to the thing.
Look, the support you're gonna get from us is an applaud. You're going home. Bon bonjour.
I have someone that will stand in for me. Just support me. Support me as much as you can.
Nah. You gotta go.
Appreciate it. And you guys, I'll be fine. Honestly, I will be fine.
Okay, why are you crying?
Come to terms with the fact that me also, I fucked up. I fucked up big time. Because I mean, this is the US.
Right, the greatest country.
I just told them the truth, even if it means them seizing all my goods, like this. Oh,
so you lied. You lied. You scammed like your country does, like your fellow countrymen and women do. You lied. You scammed your way over here, and it caught up to you.
But I've told myself this is not the time to start regretting. I've been on the flight for almost 12 hours now.
Damn.
A lot of thoughts on my head. But I know that this is one of the ways the devil will come and, you know, make me doubt a lot of things.
The only devil in your life is you. You lied on your visa.
But I know that God is aware. And I've also learned my lessons. And one thing I know is that His plans for me is of good and not of evil.
Thank you.
So I trust Him. Even though it hurts, I trust Him.
I see. I'm so happy.
I don't want to make this video too long, guys.
Yeah, but you're making it too long.
But I love you guys.
Okay.
This woman tells us all about the immigration officers, how they scrutinize our Instagram page and private messages, and why this ordeal left her heartbroken and frustrated.
Wait a minute, but she said wait a minute. She took accountability. She said, it's my fault, I lied. So what is he talking about? She took accountability of why she's being deported. This ain't a case where she's saying ICE is doing her wrong. And no, she admitted. She said, no, I lied on my applicant. Whatever she did, her H-1B visa, student visa, whatever she did, she lied, and they caught up with her. What is this dude talking?
Rated all the way from America. There is so much to unpack here on top of this platform today, from the legal lines of B1, B2 visas to the emotional impact of Africans trying to.
Okay, well, you could educate us. You could educate us on B1, B2 visas, but you know, let's get it.
Build a business abroad. Hello, family. Welcome back to African Black Gold TV, your home for stories that matters to Africans everywhere, especially those living abroad or dreaming of going abroad. If you're new here,
wait a minute. Subscribe. Did he just say Africans abroad? No, he said, did he just say Africans dreaming on going abroad? That is wild, yo. We are living their dream. Like, we don't really look at it like that. This is why they hate us so much. Their family, their dream is to be in the country we built. And they don't understand why we don't see it as a dream for ourselves. It's like, yo, we built it. Like, our hands put bricks to bricks, railroads and steel mills and textile. You dig, our labor, cotton, rice, sugar. Like, it's, yeah, like, we did it. So that's why, like, we ain't tripping. Like, we did it. It's like, yo, so our take on America is like, we deserve it. It's ours. We earned it. So it's not a big thing. You dig? This person who never been here, he just said it's their dream to come abroad. So they're wondering why we don't look at it like they do. Like, oh my God, it's a dream. It's heaven. Like, no, it's not heaven. It's governed by white supremacy, systemic racism. It's not heaven. But they don't give a damn.
subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a story that impacts our community. Imagine, just imagine you have a valid visa to the United States of America. You are traveling for business, a trade fair in Texas. You even prepared, plan, and follow all rules and protocols.
No, she didn't do that. She lied.
And surprisingly, when you land for America, there everything changes.
All right. So let's back up. So this is at 7:31. I want to go back where she said she messed up and lied.
But I know that God is aware. That's really appreciated. You know, the face that puts in all the work. I wanted you guys to not only experience my program.
Okay, so I want to go to accountability, right? So we're going to go to where she took accountability on why she's being deported, right? So let's get to that timestamp. Oh boy, going to try to change the narrative, which they always, they're good at that. They are, that's their thing. They evolve to change narratives, not to be a better Black person. Okay. Okay, here we are. Okay, so I got the timestamp that fast. Okay, so now let me do this. Let me try to, because she said something else. Okay, so, okay. Nope. What is that? Anyway, I got it. So let's go back up. Shit. All right. Give me a second. Shit, I just had it. All right, let me go up. Oh boy. I just had it, family. Just give me a second. So she had a tourism, she said she had a tourism visa. It was the B1, B2. And okay, so I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Okay. So it's over here somewhere. I told myself this is not okay. Damn. All right. Let's it. I fucked up.
Having with her. And still, the lines are blurry. And immigration officers can even exercise a kind of broad discretion. They can use their own discretion and determine if you want to go in or not. Because social media now had a kind of new layer to your entry to the United States. Your online presence can be interpreted as evidence for or against your stated reason for traveling to America.
Oh, so I get it now. So her B1, B2 visa was for tourism. Oh, matter of fact, let's do this. Let's do this. Let me not guess, but I know what she did now. So she self-snitched. Like, so the reason why she came here was different than what she said on her social media. Okay. So now I get it. I get it. So they had watched her social media handle, and she must have said the real reason why she's here in this country, and that contradicted what the B1, B2 visa was for. Okay, so visa. Let's try to find out. Okay, here we go. So I got it now. Okay, so B1, B2 visas are non-immigrant visas that allow foreign. The United States? Am I missing some words? I'm about to say I'm missing words. Okay, so B1, B2 visas are non-immigrant visas that allow foreign nationals to travel to the United States for temporary business, B1, or tourism pleasure, B2. Okay, purposes. These visas can also be issued for a combination of both business and tourist. So I think that her visa was for tourism only, but she started a business. I think that's her issue. Like I think because she talking about clients, she got clients, she got a business. So I think she came up, she filed for a tourist for pleasure, just sightseeing type shit. But she ended up setting up shop doing business in America, which is scamming. All right. She scammed the government. Okay. So let's go down. Allows for temporary travel to the US for activities such as consulting with business associates, attending professional conferences, negotiating contracts, or participating in a short-term training. Okay. So activities not allowed. Working in the US for pay. Oh, yeah, she's out of there. Bruh, I knew I'd get it. This is what you cannot do with a B1, B2 visa. You cannot work in the US for pay, receiving education that grants academic credit, or engaging in any activity that would be considered employment with some exceptions. So you see, she came here and started a business. So she violated the activities that were not allowed with her B1, B2 visa. Yeah, so we're not going to create a sob story for this woman. I got you. I got you. I got you.
This opens a front in the battle of Africans trying to live, work, or build a legitimate business abroad. Just imagine the crushing emotional toll, being detained, humiliated, and sent back home after investing time, money, and hope on that trip. In fact, to the next available flight back to Mauritania.
That visa did not allow her to work for pay or be employed or start a business. She started a business and she told on herself from her social media. You know how folks can't just keep their business to themselves. She had to brag about all the clients she has. And then, all they did was just research her, everything she said, they just researched it, right? They researched her bank account, how much money she's getting in, like she told earlier. So now we got the whole story. We didn't know that the visa she had, she violated. Because we think like, what's so wrong with starting a business? Well, the visa she had was not a business for pay visa. She cannot gain employment. She cannot get paid and charge services or solicit or offer products for sale. So she's out of here the right way. So America did it in a real way. Nothing foul here. Nothing to see here.
Airport. It's not just a visa issue. It's about dignity, about trust, and about fairness. How many African entrepreneurs hesitate to dream bigger because they fear this type of scrutiny, this type of scenario that they fear.
Yeah, don't defraud the country. You ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah. So instead, they would rather stay for the lane. They don't want to go abroad at all. The story of this woman now speak for the vulnerability we all share in this world, where your phone and social media footprint can become a weapon against you. They can
No, it did not become a weapon. Okay, again, see, we're not gonna allow tethers to change the narrative. The visa she had did not allow her to start a business. And nobody even knew she started a business. She used her social media handle to brag about the business she started. And what ICE did was track her. They called her bluff. They said, she ain't that dumb. I know she ain't start a business. And they seen her cutting hair and doing nails, and we got her. They went to her storefront and got her ass up out of here, man. There's nothing to see here. Right, exactly.
Use your social media talk, your social media spread, your social media forward. They can use it now against you, and this can really cost you dearly.
African Latin American.
The online community are vibrant and divided. Piam, everybody is talking. What. One comment offered powerful encouragement to this woman, and the comment says, "Definitely, you get your money back 4 times stronger. God didn't bring you this far to now leave you, my dear sister. We support your brand. It will end in praise." Others express frustration with the United States immigration system, and everybody is really talking. right now on social media, and one says, it's time we stay home to
stop self-snitching.
Build Nigeria ourselves. America is living on a past glory. Nothing is left for anyone to believe in. But some people in the comment, they question this businesswoman.
Projection.
And they asked this question. They said, did she lie on her visa application? Or was this a kind of misunderstanding of the thing? Why check her social media when she had the right visa? These are all the questions that people are
give us
asking,
the right answer,
which needs answer. The voices around all these comments reflect the broader debate, trust, fairness.
So you know what? So I'm going to reply. Since he won't tell the truth and shame the devil, I'm going to reply on what happened. Where's the comment section? Here we go. Her visa didn't, dang, I had the right words I want to use. I started typing, I forget. Her visa didn't allow her to seek. Damn. Damn. God damn. Okay, there we go. Okay, so since everybody want to lie, let me be the one to keep it real. All right, so now, so I already showed you this video. For those who come in late, I'm not gonna play it again, but the video is misleading because it says ICE tried to deport a black naturalized U.S. citizen. So that wording is slick. They're not talking about a Foundation of Black Americans, somebody who we call ADOS. They tried to deport a tether basically. And guess what? This was not the ICE administration. This was not the ICE. This was not the Trump administration. Come over, sit down. Here's your water. Here, come sit right here. Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying water 1,000 times. Say it one time and sit down. Here. All right. Okay. Here. So this mistake or so-called mistake was probably legitimate, but this was under the Biden administration. All right. So the Democrats want to scare us. Oh, you FBs are next, nigga. Nah, it looks like tethers are next because this tether was almost deported by ICE by, I don't know, mistake, technicality, I don't know, but it was far from an FBA black man or woman. All right. So now we're here. Now we're going to go to Pinky's girl.
Community, stop blaming slavery for everything. And then I enjoy this content.
Okay, so this was a request. I'm going to address a channel of a nobody tether channel. Don't get busy, no number, nothing like that. Okay, they got a lot of subscribers, but they get no views, no support. Right. So they're not influential. They're not spreading the hate message as successful as they would like to. All right. So let me just play the video.
Please hit the subscribe button and hey, leave a comment. I will try my very best to respond. Let's look at today's topic.
All right. So let me let you know how this woman looked. I think this is very important. So you could put a face to the voice and to the hatred, to the undermining. Okay. Shit. Oh my God. Okay. So which one you think she is? She's the one that looked like a damn man. Well, they all do. Okay, well, she's the one that looked like an older man. She's on the far right. Okay, that's her.
Dear Black community, stop blaming slavery for everything. And then I also say, ignore the race hustlers. You know.
Okay, so now what she's trying to be is a Black conservative. So you guys got to be aware of the different arguments. So there's 4 different arguments. There's a white supremacist argument, alt-right, far-right argument. They're all similar, but they change it up here and there. So, but I'm familiar with all of the arguments, all the talking points. So you got the white supremacists, the Nick Fuentes, Jared Taylor type arguments. Then you got the Black conservative talking points, the Candace Owens, Jesse Lee Peterson's, Thomas Sowell, Larry Elders, that type, Myron Gaines. Then you have the Heather talking points like Kwame, American Dream, people like that, Chaotic Truth. And then you have the Afrocentric talking points, the Umars, the Baba Smalls, the Brother Reggies, like these. But all of the arguments are flawed and easily debunkable, which we already did in the show 1,000 times over. Okay, so now what they're saying is, Foundation Black Americans, ADOS, we need to stop blaming white supremacy for what's happening to us currently. Okay, we will stop blaming when it stops happening. Okay, so if somebody is being sex assaulted, I can't tell that person to stop blaming the assailant when he's currently still doing it. And he's going to do it again tomorrow, right? That's just stupid. But this is the hatred that people got in for us. They want us to not complain about being assaulted on a regular daily basis.
We have spoken about that on this channel extensively. And
of course, I reached out to her for a conversation, and of course, she's going to decline. These folks are very good at just talking amongst themselves in the mirror, you dig, but they never really pop up and show out.
Before you can correct a problem, folks, you have to, do what we all have to do, an honest self-assessment.
So she's supposed to have some fake Black conservative talking points.
And see how we can fix the problem. So I was watching some content creators today, and I ran across this video, and I'm like, this guy is saying exactly what we've been saying on this channel, and we have to stop with the excuses, folks, so that we can improve the situation. So,
you know what? Let me see if I got her saying it from her own mouth, because this was the latest video, and I'll click it because I see that they reference. Matter of fact, now I'm gonna stick here because she's agreeing with it anyway. I'm gonna stay right here because they referencing Thomas Sowell, somebody I already debunked 1,000 times. So let's stay right here.
Let's see what this guy is talking about. And
now what she's doing is just confirmation bias. Like she's looking at channels who pretty much say the same thing she says, and she's trying to introduce it in her channel to be like, see, I told you I was right. He's saying it too. That's confirmation bias.
Watch the video. Let me know, what your thoughts.
Pinky Wells, she back on her phone. Let me give her a wrench. All right.
Thoughts are, and those of you who have been on the channel for a while, you're going to say, oh, yeah, I remember you talked about that. So let me know how. And
if you've never seen me before, this is the best way I can describe myself. I am the guy who says the quiet part out loud. Simple as that. I don't do it for clickbait. I don't do it for rage bait or any other type of bait. I just do it because it has to be said. Somebody's got to say some of these things. And what I'm about to get into today is probably going to be one of my more quote unquote controversial subjects, just because.
And by the way, family, when you talk to these folks, none of these folks got a real grasp of Foundation Black American history. So like that's just retarded in a sense, right? To speak on something and that's so sensitive and people are complaining about something, you should do some research into the complaining, see if there's any truth to it before you just hear people complaining and say, hey, stop complaining. But let's hear this tether up.
It's taboo to talk about these things. These conversations have been gate-kept and people.
No, they're not gate-kept. But why don't you have those conversations with people who feel the other way, like myself? And there's other folks out there you can reach out to. You dig the Jason Blacks, there's other folks that you even who we was playing earlier with the ICE detaining that Jamaican dude. What's his name? Dr. Rashad Ritchie, like Tariq Nasheed. Like there's many people to call in. You could call in Joe Budden and talk to Mark Lamont Hill. Like there's so many people to talk to about what you're about to say, but they won't do it. You see me, I love adversity. I go out there and put the phone number out there, the link out there. I put myself on a line every time, every chance I get, because I don't want to come off as it's true because I said so. I want you guys to see the ops bow down as well. Like, yeah, you're right.
Love created all sorts of taboo
piece the Renaissance
and fear
woman.
and
I'm pressing pause. It ain't pausing. Okay, so SMK says salute. That's the primary issue. They have zero integrity. 100%, man. So let me, or woman, I don't know, sis, brother, I don't. So let me give SMK a wrench. SMK, just like the video, subscribe, and check us out. We be litties. Like right now, like the chat is litty right now. So this is a great conversation because you're going to see Black conservative talking points, and mostly Black conservative talking points. They usually either come from Jared Taylor or Thomas Sowell, okay? Because even Larry Elder borrows from Thomas Sowell. So Thomas Sowell and Jared Taylor are usually the father of Black conservatism.
Stigma around them, right? If you say these things, you are a sellout and you are no longer.
Right, just say it.
Every relevant empire.
Okay, here, good.
And even.
You hungry? Good. I got your food right here. I knew you would pull that. I got your food right. No, you ain't getting the muffins. I got your turkey sauces though. Okay. Yep. Go sit down right here. Okay. You don't want turkey sauces? Go get it. Yeah. You don't want it, but you about to bite it though, right? Go bite. Go eat. You want more? Let me know. Okay.
Many irrelevant empires throughout history.
Oh my God! Come on, just get to the point.
And from Dr. Sowell's.
Okay, here we go. All right, look.
And I watched some of this guy's videos, so I think he is as well. So I think
me back up.
And just so you know, as I get rid of this commercial, I'm an avid follower of Thomas Sowell.
Told you. I just told you. I said their fathers are Thomas Sowell and Jared Taylor. So why would I listen to her? Why would I listen to him when they're just borrowing their talking points as Thomas Sowell? I'd rather just play their daddy and watch his videos and just debunk him in real, debunk Thomas Sowell talking points. That's all. Why do I go to the kids? Just go to the father, chop the tree off at his roots, and we're done. Okay, but she's so all they do is repeat now. But listen, they'll say Tariq is our leader, and they'll lie and say we repeat what he says. But she just admitted she's a religious follower of Thomas Sowell, and she borrowed his talking points. That's your leader. That's his leader.
And I watched some of this guy's videos, so I think he is as well. So I think he's.
You heard. She said I watched his videos, and I think he's a follower of Thomas Sowell as well. They all are. They borrow the talking points. I just said that their daddy is white folks. So when it comes to hatred on us, white folks normally ride with Jared Taylor, and sometimes they listen to Thomas Sowell, but Black folks normally go with Thomas Sowell. It's like a racial thing. If you're white, Jared Taylor. If you're Black, Thomas Sowell. But sometimes they'll mix and match, right? Because I would know when you talk about Jared Taylor, because I would know. I know his talking points. I know what arguments he makes, and I already did it live. I pointed out some tethers or using talking points from Jared Taylor, and they admit it.
His readings from Dr. Sowell and from Dr. Sowell's teachings. This guy, to me, is a younger version of Dr. Sowell. All right, so let's see what else he has to say.
But how are you a younger version of Dr. Sowell when Dr. Sowell presents his own arguments? Like you're just stealing his stuff and just regurgitating it. How's that a younger version? You're saying the same thing he's saying. That's your daddy. Ain't a younger version. That's your daddy. I don't say what Tariq says. I got my own research. I say what I say. Sometimes we might differ because I'm my own researcher. And if you research correctly, we will come to the same conclusion, but we'll put it in our own words. These people just regurgitate what Thomas Sowell and Jared Taylor says. There's no creation behind it. There's no put it in your own words. They just say it exactly verbatim.
Saying the same thing.
Wait, go back.
This guy, to me, is a younger version of Dr. Sowell. All right, so let's see what else he has to say, because he's saying the same thing.
He's saying the same thing because he's taking the plays out of Thomas Sowell playbook. That's stupid. Duh. Hold on. I missed the message. So H, I can't pronounce that name. H said the DNC tried to equate FBAs to immigrants. The immigrants were butthurt that FBAs are non-deportable. Exactly. Let me give H a wrench. H, just like the video. And if you want, you can subscribe and tap in with your family as we kick it over here.
Yeah. Now I can already hear
Rangers
that
came down with no
chatter
warning.
going the hell up, but you don't. How dare you? You don't understand that the chattel slavery was the worst form of slavery. The black man has experienced worse slavery than anybody else. Yeah. Here's the thing. All slavery is a terrible idea. It is inhumane, and I am thankful that we have mostly evolved our way out of the concept of viewing a
and
human
these
being
dudes
as a piece
are
of property.
usually
But I will say this.
Hold on. I'm trying to pause it. Nothing pauses. These guys usually got a hint of sassiness. Now I try not to use it as much as Tariq and everybody else, but I gotta just call it out when I sense it. Usually these guys that talk like this got a sense of sassiness. I showed you the last guy that was trying to get people to go over to Africa to live. Sassy as hell. Okay, and this guy got a sense of sassiness as well.
In Africa, western part of Africa more specifically, Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast area, there was a tribe of people known as Dahomies. I'm not making this up.
Righteous, Jaleesa, let me give you a wrench, just like the video. Thank you, appreciate it. Oh shit. Alicia, my fault. I'm trying to wrench up Righteous, and I took yours away by mistake. My fault. So let me give, I make those mistakes. I need glasses. So let me give, wait, I did, what the fuck I do? I did something else wrong. All right, so Alicia, let me make sure you're still there. Type something in the chat. Make sure I ain't remove you. I'm trying to give Jaleesa a wrench, and I seen your name pop up, and something retarded happened.
An entire video known as Dahomey tribe, who not only treated their slaves terribly, but would literally sacrifice them. Let's say if royal family member of royalty,
we are definitely
whoever it was, were to pass away,
and we're growing.
4,000 slaves would be brutally massacred. Now we can go down to South America, where we have the Aztecs, the Toltecs.
So I see where he's going that fast. He's trying to compare other atrocities to us. I mean, okay. All right. Go ahead. Finish.
And we have human sacrifice taking place. Who do you think was being sacrificed up there at the top of those pyramids, right? Hearts being pulled out in real time.
All right, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit because I'll keep
rolled down the stairs, a sacrifice to the gods, or burnt as an offering, a sacrifice to the gods. These were enslaved people, servants, if you want to call them. They were less than livestock. They were.
No, you're adding that in there. They were treated inhumanely, but no, you're adding that they were no. Torture, killing, murder. That's part of human history. But that don't mean that they seen them as less than livestock. No. We know for a fact that white Americans seen as less than livestock. It's in their literature. You dig? And they said it. So, but again, this false equivalence that he's doing is not going to work over here.
For low as dirt in these societies. Now, the reason I bring this up,
right, because you're trying to undermine our horrific experience. That's why you're bringing it up, brother. I already know.
It's not to belittle chattel slavery, but it is to say, folks, we have had a dark human history.
But what that got to do with us? Now, look, he just talked about something historical, right? Something happened bad to other people. Now, do those same people? Okay, so the violator that was violating the innocent people, right? Are they still living with each other? And are the violators running politics, government, basically all the rules over that same people? Because if so, I guarantee you, those people who were tortured, like you said, I guarantee you they're on the bottom and they're living like us or similar. So don't tell us about a past history of somebody doing somebody wrong. Yeah, let me get another. And somebody did, and that's wrong, right? But it's over with. The violator moved on, the victim moved on, and they're living separate lives. That ain't like us, bro. We're still living with the people who violated us, and they're still governing this country. They're in charge of, they run all the rules, they run all the money, they do everything. So no, we're totally different. We're totally 100% subjected to the same people who did us as bad as the example you just gave. That's a false equivalence. See, guys like him get cooked quick.
And we have been able to overcome these aspects of history. And in many cases, quite rapidly.
Yeah, but when did we overcome ours? Like, I would love to hear that.
Rapidly. Communities of people who have gone through extremely traumatized.
Okay, there you go, Alicia. Yeah, I took your wrench by mistake trying to give Alicia a wrench. Let me give you back your wrench. There you go, Alicia. I knew I did something dumb.
Situations, right? Have been able to overcome those.
Because don't forget that the chat is moving. So when I go to hit somebody's name, if somebody types in the chat, your name just went up, and the next person I click, you did. So you gotta be very careful.
A great example, as just an analogy, is the story of what's the name, Viktor Frankl.
Okay,
right?
dude, stop.
A man who saw
stop.
Is really the place that you are.
Stop. That doesn't work, bro.
Counterparts who genuinely had a more than a leg up, we could say, right? Well, a little more than just privilege at those times. When the Democratic Party was
okay, let's back up.
Story of your marginalized people, race hustlers, white of his life. Again, many people are going to be victimized in ways, but are you going to carry that with you throughout life? And so when we
well, you have to. You're still being victimized. You have no choice. Okay, so what you don't do is act like you're not being victimized when you're being victimized. So you see that with women in relationships, like when their boyfriends are victimizing them, and they become delusional and don't want to believe it. That's a real issue. And people spend their lives trying to convince that woman, no, this ain't a healthy relationship. You're being victimized. You need to admit that so you can get out of this unhealthy relationship and do better. Okay, you don't act like you're not being victimized and try to move on when you're clearly being victimized. That's not smart. That doesn't work.
Get into the conversation of slavery. We can even talk about colonization and things of that nature.
No, we don't need to, because we were never colonized.
Really the hotbed.
Yeah. Because that's our experiences. We never experienced colonization unless you took your ass to Liberia.
Because it's the one that's pushed the most. It's the one that is used to emotionalize people. Race hustlers, white liberals, these groups of individuals benefit from this continued perpetual story of you're a slave.
So now these guys hope to gain success on YouTube. Okay, so he's hoping that so first of all, we already know Foundation Black Americans will never support this. So even though we support Kai, Sanat, DJ Academics, like these tethers and Math Alpha, and they're rich, but because of our support, we will never support this type of rhetoric in mass. So he will never get rich by this rhetoric from Foundation Black Americans. So what he'll try to do is appeal to whites, Latinos, tethers, and he hoped that they can sustain some type of monetary lifestyle through that. Okay, which is very hard to do, because you got to keep them happy. You dig? And that's very hard. Okay, so Myron Gaines, he was already doing his thing with the women. So Myron Gaines' claim and fame ain't from attacking us. He added that in there, but his claim and fame is from the women thing, the fake Kevin Samuels stuff he was pulling off, trying to be a fake Kevin Samuels.
And that's why you are in the place that you are, right? Taking away the reality that even after, or even at the end and in the midst of slavery, there were Black folk who were able to not only do for self, but were able to create lives that were far beyond their white counterparts.
Okay, he's this is lies. This is lies. This is lies. This is lies. Okay, so he's not going to revise history. He's not going to revise history. We were even in our success. The black folks he's talking about, they could not move in a suburban area. Okay, so these black folks he's talking about that had a thriving business, had some money. They had to live amongst black folks who were not living like that. So they couldn't live in their tax bracket. They were still subjected and marginalized, and they were handicapped because of Jim Crow. So we're not going to act like shit was just because this person was rich, life was easy for him. No, 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 no. He was still as vulnerable as all of us. Nobody was protected.
Who genuinely had a more than a leg up, we could say, right? Well, a little more than just privilege at those times. When the Democratic Party was trying to keep slavery intact and then created Jim Crow laws, and we step into the Jim Crow era, and you still have black folk who are thriving in those spaces, even though you have this Democratic Party who is trying.
No, that's just because we're special. That's just because we're a different type of black. That's why. That has nothing to do with so this is like okay, this was what they said. This is a staple Thomas Sowell talking point. So a lot of these folks like to make us believe that we were doing better during segregation, Jim Crow, to say, see, Jim Crow wasn't that bad. Segregation wasn't that bad. See, we should institute that system again so you can be back rich black folks. Okay, no. Mm-mm. Those folks were going to be rich regardless of Jim Crow or integration. They were going to be rich because they had it in them. They had that drive.
Trying to eradicate and crush any element that is not of their own, right? You have people who are prospering in those times, and we fast forward to 2024, and now we want to talk about this is the result of.
You see that? And that's what they do. They like to skip forward. Okay, you see, he didn't keep talking about, and so he sat there and painted Jim Crow as not that bad because 3-4 people are doing well. They do the same thing with Tariq Nasheed. Well, Tariq Nasheed, you're doing well for yourself. So black folks can't be doing. They try to find one person who is successful, and then they say, "See, you guys collectively ain't doing that bad from this one big Negro." LeBron is rich, so black folks are rich. Basically, you can't be doing that bad because Obama's the president. They always point to one person. That's why they want him. That's why they want Tariq to be our leader, so they could point at him and see. If he could do it, you can do it. That's your leader. No, it doesn't work.
Slavery. This is the result of culture. It's the result of this isn't the Bible.
And you can.
So that's the Thomas Sowell talking point. It's culture. It's culture. It's not systemic racism. It ain't white supremacy. Is culture. So let them go into this culture foolishness.
Share. I did a video on this because I've read.
Yeah, you did so what? You guys reading Thomas Sowell work? You're parroting his talking points. You did a video. What? Okay, stop. Take the water. Stop bringing me. Stop coming back for the water. Take the water. Don't keep bringing it back to me. Here, drink the water. Don't just sip it and give it to me. Drink it. Okay, so. I did a video on this as well. Like, what is so what? All of you are watching one man lecture or video, and you're all making videos on it saying the same thing he said. Like, there's no creativity, there's no intelligence behind it. It's the same boring video with no views. Like, she gets no views, he gets no views. Because people want to hear their leader say it, their father.
I have a couple of Dr. Thomas Sowell's books. I actually did a video on this. So this guy, I'm like, yeah, he's dead on accurate. Okay, so let's.
He's dead on accurate. Yeah, you stupid. He's dead accurate. Yes, he's accurate to the book, right? So he's saying exactly what Thomas Sowell published. That's what she mean by he's dead on accurate. It ain't factual.
Let's listen.
Byproduct of racism. Because an individual who goes through, let's say, a lifetime's worth of just the most brutal racism can still come out on the other side and create create something for themselves.
Okay, right. And the flip side, a person who's giving all the advantages can still be a failure. So I explained that yesterday. A net, when you cast a net in the sea from a ship, because you're trying to get salmon, your net is not designed to catch all salmon in the sea. It's designed to catch as many as it can hold or as many that's available. So a lot of salmon won't get caught. So systemic racism is that, is both ways. Is not designed to make every white person rich. Is not designed to make every black person poor. It's designed to catch this many white folks and make them rich, and this many black folks and make them poor. You see, it's a net thing. It's a catch thing. It gotta catch you, and you're done, or you're advantaged.
Build a life, become successful, thrive, get married, and have.
So he's trying to so he's saying, hey, you can thrive in white supremacy. You can thrive during systemic racism. Get your feet down. Get your feet down from the window. Hell wrong with you?
Children, have a family, right?
You're going to sleep.
We now live in a day and age where these things are more rare than they are the norm, where the family unit is broken apart.
That's why I can't cut my camera. I cut it on when you go to sleep. Can't cut it on because this guy doing the most silliest stuff in the background.
Yet in slavery, you had more families together than you do today.
I told you what they were going to do. So what they try to do is they try to act like we were better off during Jim Crow and the violent South. Look at it. Okay. I mean, this is wild. This is wild. And when I heard Thomas Sowell and Larry Elder and Candace Owens make these arguments, like, I'm like, I just shook my head, like, so you're acting like, so I'm telling you, that's why we call these guys white supremacists. This is a Jared Taylor argument. This is crossing into Jared Taylor, where they like to make the argument we were more intact, we were better off during Jim Crow. Okay, so again, this is the furthest from the lies. All right, so now black people were like, there's so many ways I can explain what he just said. It has nothing to do with we're just thriving. Systemic racism had pushed families together because women couldn't work, and they didn't work like that. There was no job opportunities for them, so they had no choice but to live up under a man. They did, for protection and for food and shelter, of course. So people getting married not out of love, people staying together not out of love, people are staying together for protection, food, clothing, and shelter. Some of the times. Wasn't just love. All right. So, but this is what they do. They sit here and try to change it, revise history, rewrite history, and act like we were better off under Jim Crow. This is sad.
And again, I am going to highlight some of the more specific things that happened as far as policy, but the most relevant one is Lyndon Baines Johnson, LBJ, Democratic president in 1964, right after JFK was assassinated. He signs the Civil Rights Act after he's forced into it. I say this story every time like this because we can't negate the actual history. We always just kind of leave these gaps. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to attribute the cause to the person who created. So we have the Republican House and the Republican Senate, or majority Republican House, majority Republican Senate, that pushed the Civil Rights Act through, right? As they usually did. In the same way, in 1965, they were the ones who pushed through Emancipation Proclamation. It's been in their DNA the entire time. 1954, creation of the Democratic Party for the purpose of the eradication of slavery. But I digress. So we got LBJ in 64. We step into 65. And now this man is signing all these reform. All of a sudden, he's a reform man, right? He loves black people. He used to be a staunch racist. Now he loves black folk. And so he is essentially creating bills that...
No, the country had no choice. The country had to move that direction thanks to Dr. King and that big display we did marching to Washington. Like we put United States on notice. So all of the countries that America wanted to police in the future and what they're currently policing, now they're looking like, hey, I can show you Russian newspapers condemning the United States, saying, hey, how are you going to tell us how to treat our people, the Slavs, when you're over there treating black folks like that? So everybody, all these major countries that America had issues with and trying to police, they were condemning America, how they treated us. So it wasn't like they were forced, they had to change their heart. This was the play. This was the play. They had to do it. That was the play. That we basically forced their hand. We're playing chess.
Our welfare reform, social programs, etc. His intention was to make sure this group of people was relying upon government, which is what most totalitarian style governments do anyway.
Okay, so that's another thing I forgot to say. I forgot to tell you that Dr. Claude talked about. So I'm gonna play Dr. Claude in a second because I had him before Paradox. I'm gonna go back. So you heard what he said. So Republicans, for the most part, definitely alt-right, far-right, just racist people in general, they hate the American government because, like Dr. Claude Anderson said, because the American government came to our side twice when it mattered to most, and it dismantled to a degree white supremacy. So for one, it was the civil rights war. I'm sorry, civil war, where they ended slavery and they fucked up their money. And then two, it ended the system of Jim Crow with the civil rights movement, mess up their money. The states today in the South are poor. Georgia's poor. Alabama's poor. The Carolinas poor. All those are poor as a result of Jim Crow ending, the system of Jim Crow ending. Okay, and they were poor at one point because of the Civil War, the aftermath. So this is a talking point for white supremacists at this point. So even Thomas Sowell got this from Jared Taylor and the white supremacists alike. They always hated government because they feel like government steps in and protect FBAs from white supremacists.
Right? They want as much control as humanly possible. And so that's exactly what they did. And they pushed.
So this is why they normally hate, like when I say government, let's be clear here. They hate federal and national government, like the feds. That's why I'm shocked that there's like a role reversal, because now you got conservatives pro-feds, i.e. ICE, and you got the liberals anti-feds, ICE, because usually it's the liberals who are pro-government, pro-national government, pro-federal government, and normally it's the Republicans who are against federal governments. It's the role reversal today. The Republicans are for federal government ICE agents, and the liberals, for the first time since the 60s, are against federal agents and governments. Crazy.
Incentive programs to make sure that families were broken apart. They didn't say break apart your families, but if you have kids and you
No. Let's make no mistake. Racism, systemic racism, has always been designed to break up the black family. All right. And who sides with systemic racism? It's always been the alt-right, extreme far right, and those Confederate lovers.
Have no man.
Now, what we should do is we should ask him. And when I get CLR back over here, I'm gonna ask CLR because he's a black conservative coon. I'm gonna ask him, but he's nowhere near worse than him, but he's bad. I'm gonna ask him, what's his thoughts on the Confederates? Like, are they bad people, good people? We gotta start asking that question. We got to get them to condemn the Confederates. I bet you they won't do it.
In the house, no husband, you're going to get more of a bonus from us. You're going to get more money. So imagine you're now in a situation where that's not only.
No, you don't. That's not how welfare works. You don't get more money. You get the bare minimum when you qualify for welfare. And welfare just keeps you afloat. Welfare just keeps you where you're not going to sink. And when I say sink, we're talking about no food, shelter, and clothing, like homelessness. So welfare holds you afloat until you can gather yourself, get some training, because you got somewhere to stay, you got some food coming in, they got some money, whatever, or a soup kitchen. It holds you afloat until you can get yourself together if that's your intention. If your intention is to be a bum, then welfare is not going to level you up. You just be on welfare your whole life. You want more? Okay, I'll get you more.
Being incentivized, but it's being normalized. It's okay to do that. Leave that man because he's a problem anyway, and the government can give you more money than that man ever could bring into the house.
Okay, that's a lie. The government gives you the bare minimum. The government will never give welfare won't give you as much money. Think about it. How much money you getting from welfare? You getting 90,000 a year from welfare? Like, come on, like let's stop lying. Okay, welfare, you're getting like maybe $20,000 per year. You're getting some bullshit. Even the food, the snack, the TANF, the cash assistance, it's pennies. But pennies are better than nothing for somebody who's down at the bottom. Welfare is for poor people. The welfare does not level you up. Welfare keeps you afloat so you don't sink, so you can level up on your own.
And that happens 1 generation, 2 generation, 3 generation, 4. And all of a sudden we find ourselves in a place where it's a normalized thing. That's why I get to culture, you know, the likes of a
That's why I cook anybody on the subject of welfare.
Soul, one of the most brilliant minds of all time, speaks on culture for this reason. Culture is...
Yeah, he said Thomas Sowell, the most brilliant mind of all time. This guy's crazy. First of all, Thomas Sowell isn't an economist. He's not a historian. He dig. So he's out of his lane speaking on this right here. This is not what he does.
Is the way in which your beliefs, your value system, your morality, right? When you have a
so this cultural bullshit that Thomas Sowell pushed, he likes to use hillbilly elegy as a prime example, which I already debunked, made it look stupid.
Culture that incentivizes, or at the very least,
so it's our culture. So it's Black culture, the reason why we can't level up, not systemic racism. That's Thomas Sowell.
Does not make criminal behavior taboo. You're going to have criminal elements within your environment.
Everybody has criminal element. Look, Yugi, put around. Auntie Nana. Everybody has a criminal element within their environment. This is stupid.
It's only when you make it taboo, you make it something shameful. You go into the Japanese culture, etc. Even the poor of the Japanese, stealing is not an option for you. They're playing Singapore. You might get your damn hand cut off. You understand? They're not going to play about these things. Even the poor.
So I'm cooking both of them because she's co-signing this. So I'm cooking both of them, and I'm cooking Thomas Sowell again.
Those living in rural surroundings.
Hold on. We got a new person in the chat. I got to read it. FBA graves all over the United States. Yeah, the tornadoes and things like that. Nopix, please. Yeah, so let us know, Nopix. Are you FBA supporter, critic? We don't know, but I'm glad you're here. Like the
those
video.
Who might be making $2 a day or $1 a day. You don't find that, just because they're poor, they're criminal. It's one of the greatest misconceptions, if not.
Okay, so that's another thing Thomas Sowell tried to do. He tried to reconvince us that poverty does not equate to crime. So when I talk to CLR again, if y'all look at my video, you'll see unbiased Ron versus CLR, and you'll see DJ Focus versus CLR. So that's his thing. They like to lie and say poverty doesn't equate to crime. Right.
They lied.
But he just said it.
They're not going to play about these things. Even the poor, the destitute, those living in rural surroundings, those who might be making $2 a day or $1 a day. You don't find that, just because they're poor, they're criminal. It's one of the...
Okay, that's a lie. Show me a country where there's poverty, you're making $1 a day, and I could show you crime more than America could ever experience. So you see what he doesn't do, people like him? They don't show examples of people being poor, living in poverty, and there's no crime. They never show that. They don't do that. They just say it, and it becomes true magically.
Greatest misconceptions, if not a lie that has been perpetuated, to say that
give an example.
Creates criminality. No, somebody said in my comment section on one of my more recent videos, they said that's very insulting to a lot of poor folks, and I agree. It should be insulting if you are somebody living in abject poverty, to say that you, who is a law-abiding citizen, who has a moral compass and a value system that won't allow.
Amber Ruffin, she had all the towns in her video. He's answering the white fear concern. Exactly. This like guys like this are easy. Like they're not good as you think. Because he's sticking to the script. Like I say, all of his arguments and her arguments are from Thomas Sowell. So they expect you to not know the arguments, but I know the arguments. So when I get them, I debunk them. They get confused, and now it's my turn. And then they usually flee.
allow you to do certain things, to live a certain way. You still have poor folks, but there's family units. You go out in them rice fields in China or something like that, right? You have a mother.
Yeah. But welfare doesn't keep you below the poverty line. Welfare is an assistance program for people who are broke and poor. That's it. That's it. It's like a soup kitchen. A soup kitchen doesn't keep you from McDonald's. You dig? Welfare does not keep you below the poverty line. These are assistances for people in need. A soup kitchen doesn't keep you from McDonald's. You still can go to McDonald's. So if you're on welfare, you can get off welfare and work at somewhere in a factory and do better. You don't have to stay on welfare. So welfare doesn't keep you nowhere. It keeps you from the bottom, and a soup kitchen keeps you from starving. So they serve their purposes for needy people. Alicia Hill just told you what TANF stood for yesterday, for needy people, needy families. So they don't keep you from greatness. You keep yourself from greatness if you think this is going to by itself catapult you into the suburbs. No, this is for people who fell on hard times. These are people who come into this country as asylum seekers, refugees. Welfare is there until they could get it together. These are people who lost their home, who had to file Chapter 13 to do, whatever happened. Single parent moms, was married, husband didn't really work, stay home mom, husband unfortunately passed away. Now she's a widow. That's what welfare is for, so they won't fall to the streets. Welfare is to keep out the streets. But now, while you're on welfare, you're supposed to have a game plan. That's why welfare offer things like training, job training, and some type of schooling, things like that to get you off of welfare. You dig? But people don't take the training sometimes, and those things are happening. But welfare does what it's supposed to do. It's an assistance program for the needy. It's not hard.
A father and a child, or children, whatever it may look like, because that's a cultural
disabled
normality.
Veterans.
And so when we point to slavery did it.
Right. So welfare is for the bottom. It's for the people in the bottom, the people in the worst type of trouble. That's why welfare is actually hard to get. So some of y'all think you could just apply for welfare because what he's saying is what some of you guys might believe. You might believe, yes, the government, like, yes. The government is doing the Birdman hand rub. Yes, get on welfare. We got you. No, it's hard as you got to prove to welfare you're absolutely broke. They want your bank account. They want to know all about your assets. They want your social security number. They want to know about your child support payments. They want to know about every goddamn piece of payment electronically that comes in your name and go to your bank account. They want to make sure if your mom sent you money, if your brother sent you money, if the chat sent you money, welfare want you to account for that. They want to know about every dollar that comes in. And if too many dollars come in, we can't help you have those people keep supporting you. Welfare comes when they believe you have no support. So if they see a relative sending you like $100 a month, they might not work with you because they're like, no, you got support. Yeah, so again, you have to be on the bottom. You guys don't know this because you never worked with welfare. All right, so I get it. But I worked like I told Alicia Hill, I worked with low income people and with housing. I know this shit. Welfare's not easy to get. And a lot of them didn't have welfare.
Slavery
it's a hard thing to get.
A lot of things, and it did psychological, it did a lot of psychological.
This is another thing. So they want to minimize the slavery effect on us economically, but then they want to act like slavery made us retarded and made us become perpetual blamers. It's slavery kept us in a perpetual state of victimhood. That's where he goes now. Like, I know where he's going before he even say it. I know the arguments.
Harm, but there's also been a lot of those psychological barriers being broken throughout time. There are those who made a decision to go beyond it, to break those generational curses. So when you are somebody who subscribes to that, let's say you do.
You can't break it. Well, I don't even know what the generational curse is. Show us how systemic racism no longer exists. That's all.
Who have trauma that's been passed down generation to generation. Why not be the person who chooses to break free from that trauma, but instead cling to that trauma for dear life? Why not choose to be the difference maker within your own lineage?
So what he's going to do and what she's going to do, they're going to all deny. Hey, yo, chat, listen. They're going to all deny that systemic racism is a real thing in 2025, and they're going to deny that there's white supremacists, and they're going to deny that there's a thing called white supremacy in 2025. That's what they all going to do. So the blame is on you. You're just lazy. You dealing with trauma. You're the victimhood mentality. This is their position.
Again, I'm not going to take away from the fact that your ancestors, my ancestors, went through what they went through. We only had independence in 1980. My dad was in the first class of integrated peoples in his school in a colonized society. All they knew was colonial Zimbabwe. That's all they knew. And
wait. Say that one more time.
They of integrated peoples in his school in a colonized society. All they knew was colonial Zimbabwe. That's all they knew.
Oh, Zimbabwean. There we go. Tether. Tether alert.
And so for them, they had to break out of a lot of these psychological trappings, but he made.
All right. So I'm going to play a little more. We're going to stop because he got to go to bed in about, no, we're rocking out to about 2:10, 2 o'clock. And then I got to put him to sleep. His nap time is usually around like 2:15, 2:30. And once he's asleep, I will go live again about, who knows, 3 o'clock, 3:30. But I'm going to try to go right away because it makes no sense to go live because he naps for 2 hours. So if I can't go live as soon as you go to sleep, it makes no sense because he's going to be up. And when he wakes up from his nap, like most kids, they're grumpy, they want attention, and I will not be able to go live until he gets out of that stage. Okay. So hopefully the next door, he's waiting for the next door neighbor daughter to come out so he could play with her. But it looks like she's going to come out after his nap. Okay. So Nopix, I'm going to give you, she says, even giving immigrants 10 times as much support for the last 30 years. Yeah, exactly. So Nopix, I'm going to give you a wrench. Don't do that. Okay, I'm going to give you a wrench. All I ask in return, you just like the video. If you like what you're listening to and what we're doing over here, you can subscribe. And for everybody else, the Cash App is there. It's not invisible. It's very much visible. Let's continue. We're almost done.
Made sure to break those generational curses in order not to pass those things down to us. Don't give us that trauma. And maybe some people are just too selfish. Maybe they don't care. Maybe they want to be a victim and they don't give a damn what happens to the children. But I do. And I know a lot of people who do. I know a lot of people who are now looking to pass their own trauma to the next and the next.
Okay, so this dude is from Zimbabwe, by the way.
Next, who their mama used to be a 304. And so they say, you know what? I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in the mental, emotional, and the physical degeneracy that comes from that. Thankfully, I'm seeing a lot of that in the Gen Z, right? There's a divide as per usual, but there are those who are like, I'm not about to do what my big sister or my big cousins were doing, being for the streets. I'm not about to, I'm not about to gangbang.
Yeah, because Tariq actually got an interesting premiere at 2 o'clock. I want to check out. So I will be done here, hopefully, because he's almost done. He got like, what? 14 more, what's that? Yeah, he almost done. 15 more minutes. Yeah.
I'm not about to do whatever it is like the people who came before me. And that's how we change the cycle. We have to change the belief system, the mentality. We have to get our values back in order. It's the only way, folks. And any quote unquote leader who is saying anything other than that.
So in other words, systemic racism and white supremacy is in our mind. You dig? We got to see a psychiatrist to like stop believing. It's like the boogeyman. It's like a ghost. It's in our mind. Like we're pretending something is there, but it's not. We just need psychiatric attention. You dig? A diagnosis. That's pretty much what they all conclude.
Who is preaching anything other than personal agency? That individual is not for your good. They don't give a damn about you.
Really?
They don't give a damn about your best and highest good. They're selling.
In other words, the people we've been talking about on my channel forever, the race hustlers, we're talking Al Sharptongue, Congressional Black Caucus, NAACP, all of the gatekeepers, the race hustlers, none of these people. This guy is saying the same thing that we've been saying, folks.
Right. So he's saying nothing different, and he's probably a little more articulate than you. So why listen to you then?
Telling you a narrative of your victimhood in order.
They always say, do never replace yourself. Kind of what Jesse, what's her name? Messy with Jesse on what she did with Lauren. She replaced herself. Like, don't replace yourself. She's gonna play a guy who articulates their self-hatred, not self-hatred, but who expresses hatred towards FBA better than herself. So it's like, why would they listen to you anymore? This guy does a better job hating on FBAs than you. Then she wonder why this video only got this many views. 300 views in 6 months. And she got 13,000 subscribers. So the video didn't hit because you gave your audience your replacement. That he does a better job hating on FBAs than you. Matter of fact, I was supposed to call you out. I'd rather talk to him. I'd rather talk to your replacement.
To benefit from it. BLM, first summer, they pop out of nowhere, right? First, the George Floyd summer.
Oh my God.
$90 million made in one summer, mind you. Right? That's what y'all did.
Okay. So right now he's on I don't care about Black Lives Matter. So he's going to address the claims that he's a coon. Okay.
Oh, but that's an anomaly. No, it's not the anomaly. Go to Al Sharpton. Go to Jesse Jackson. Go to any of these individuals' history and see. You know, somebody tried to call me a grifter one time. Oh, speaking for the white man, speaking for the white man. I said, do you know how easy it would be for me to just pander as a black man?
They get that word grifting, which we can't seem to get a set definition, because if he's a grifter and Tariq's a grifter, like, come on, there's no set definition.
I get attacked for saying these things because I'm black. If I just pandered like a Kamala Harris or whatever it may be, if I just pandered like a, DL Hughley or Charlemagne. Or
okay, so you got to be. So he's not wrong with that. Everything he's saying is not wrong right now. When he went to BLM and Al Sharpton, he's not lying about that. But that's the other thing you got to be careful of. You got to be careful of them mixing truth. Yes, you got to be careful of them mixing truth with falsehood. So now he will lullaby you to sleep by giving you some truth. Now he was lying earlier. Good job. So now he lullaby you earlier with lies. Now he'll do it with the truth. And now it's hard if you're not a study and researcher. If you're not watching channels like mine, you don't know what's truthful and what's a lie. So this is where he got you. So now you just trust him.
One of these charlatans, I would have black folks praising me.
That's a lie.
But instead I choose to tell the truth because I am beholden to the truth and nothing else. It would be so easy for me to just pander. It's like the same thing with relationship advice. You know, if I just pander to women and told y'all, you're
not interested in women,
do
bro.
Nothing, you never have to change.
Okay, you're not gonna lie to us
you are
about
the
that.
kitchen cabinet. You are the sink. You are the curtains. You're the drapes. No,
you
I'm
are
not gonna tell you that.
definitely not into
There's
women.
likely that you have to do things in order to get the relationship that you
We're not
want.
gonna fake.
And that means introspection. That means
about your
healing
sexuality,
from
my
certain
boy.
traumas. That means showing up differently in the world. You can't show up with all of the attitude and all of the, rah-rah energy and get what you want out of a relationship situation.
Yes, we're gonna get it.
You got to step into your feminine. I'm gonna say these things because it's the truth, not because it's gonna get me popular. Trust me, if I was just after popularity, I promise you, all I would have to say all day till I'm damn blue in the face.
And also, this is an anti-reparation rant, because if we stop blaming slavery, then then we don't have a reparations claim. On what premise will we stand on? Because we can't say slavery, right? We got to stop blaming slavery. So that means let the reparation talk go away. This ain't gonna work.
All day long. The white man is after you. The white man, see, the system of white supremacy. You never seen me before. It's the system of white supremacy that has infiltrated every single one of our institutions.
Okay, so I found this video.
Why you can't get your ass out of bed.
I'm gonna
If it
see
was
if
not
he's
for the
open
white
to.
man, your ass would be out of the bed and you would be grinding towards your
he's
future,
open to
but
having
you
a
can't do any
conversation.
of that because of the white supremacist system. You see, if it wasn't for the constructs of colonial whiteness and your self-hatred and deprecation due to the white man, you would actually do what you said you were going to do for the last 10 years, every single New Year's. You understand? That's all that is. It's not you. You know what I mean? You can't help yourself. You can't.
I said, are you open to having a conversation about this? I'm always in their mentions. I'm always looking for somebody to cook when they disrespect us. They just don't be open to have the conversation. Now, somebody earlier was supposed to have a conversation with me. And I'm going to check my email, see if he responded. But he responded to me at 8 a.m. And I asked him, was he available today? And he never emailed back up to this point. But I'm going to find out right now, because he might be the show when my son go to sleep around 2:15, 2:30. But let's see if he responded, because he was like really getting on Tariq, and he thinks by doing that he's getting on all of us. It's like, all right, well, since you can't reach him, let's have a conversation, right?
Can't make a different decision for yourself to do something different. The reason why you are obese morbidly is because of white supremacy. It's white supremacy, not the fact that you continue to stuff your mouth filled with things that are going to lead you to be. It's not because you continue to fill yourself up like a gas gauge or a gas tank, and carbohydrates are your oil or your fuel. It's not because of that. It's not because you're not getting yourself in the gym when you say you're going to, or keeping an actual regimen to work out and continue to move your body. Less calories in than you.
Yeah. So he is a failed YouTuber. I'm looking at his videos, views. This dude got 106,000 subscribers. This is why he's grifting over. If there's a such thing as a grifter, I guess this would be the definition. So he's grifting towards hating on FBAs because he can't get any. So this video he's doing, it got 21,000 likes. I'm sorry, 21,000 views. All of his other videos, they do about 3,000. That's horrible to have 100,000. Like, if you got 100,000 subscribers, like look at Tariq and look at Jason Black and those guys. Like their views are matching their subscription, right? So Tariq is getting like 30,000 views in like 1 week. That matches his subscription of 250 something thousand subscribers. Okay, this guy at 100,000 subscribers, he should be somewhere near Tariq. Tariq is basically double. Damn, he was about to go to bed. The little girl came outside. Shit. So now he ain't going to sleep. He said, oh, it's him. She said, I'm not a him. Damn, I should have brought him in. See, I was trying to wrap this up to bring him in the house to sleep. But now she outside, he ain't going to sleep. He going to, oh, God. You know how kids are when they don't sleep, man. He's going to be a trip. Okay. So what I'm saying is this is a failed YouTuber. He has 106,000 subscribers. So every video he does should be minimum 10,000 and higher sometimes. He only got 21,000 when he mentioned us, right? When I say us, if you talk about slavery, FBA, reparations, that's us. These tethers, Black conservatives, they only pop off when they mention us. Come over. Let me say it. Come over. Yeah, but he's a failed, struggling YouTube artist.
It's not any of that. Surely it's not that. It's the white man.
YouTube,
if I sat here and said that, talk slick all day, I would have a massive following of individuals who would be cheering me on.
Yeah, I see.
Oh, yes, King. Yes, King. How do I know that? Because before I was. And I wasn't even looking to pander. I didn't know what type of energy I was putting. I didn't know what type of audience I was drawing.
He's a struggling YouTube content creator.
1,500 followers the day before from the day before the election until the 6th. So like in a 3-day period, I lost 1,500 followers on IG. But the worst part was people going in on me. Now, it was actually technically a freeing experience, but I didn't know. I was like, damn, all of you, whoa. And I didn't do nothing. It wasn't nothing crazy, nothing severe, nothing like that. It was an actual comedy video that I put out, a skit, a little 20, 30-second joint. And people were going off. I said, oh my God, this is new. This is definitely new. I said, oh, because y'all listen to my information about.
All right, so family, yeah. This saying his information. It's not your information, dude. You're saying exactly what Thomas Sowell said, dude. You're not nothing about you creative. You didn't say nothing different. All right. Okay. So before I log off, here you go.
Now they are taking it all back. This our brother swore the oath, waved the American flag, and became a US citizen in 2018. But 6 years later, the same America says he lied and they want it all back from him. Now, this Nigerian-born man.
Hey, wait. Oh, US charges Nigerian-born citizen with lying to gain citizenship after $8 million fraud conviction. Who is surprised? Nigerian convicted of fraud and scamming. Who is really surprised?
They want it all back from him. Now, This Nigerian-born man is facing the ultimate punishment, losing the very citizenships he fought for so hard to get.
Right. So the holy FBA Codex TV want to say the same thing. Nobody ever says we can't accomplish things because of white supremacy. Like, what are you talking about?
Let's talk about what really happened to him and what every Africans in the diaspora can learn from his story.
In that case, we'll just twiddle our thumbs, like all of us trying to be great. Now, white supremacy is at work blocking some of us. Like I said, they cast the net, and whoever get caught, those are the blacks who are not going to level up. And that is redlining, that is all those different vices.
Welcome back to African Black Gold TV, the home of bold African stories that cross borders. Today, we dig into the shocking case of a Nigerian-born man who became a U.S. citizen only to be charged with fraud years later. We'll catch up.
That's your culture.
On him. Our brother's name is Mr. Omoyema Christopher Okoro, Nambi name, in now 51 years old.
So Sam Ball says, with the black soldiers and the Germans have been doing the time of the Democratic Party and tell the whole truth.
Born in Nigeria, became a U.S. citizen.
Leonard said, not another scammy African. Who would imagine that, right? Nopik says, over here in America, you building a hotel in Africa. Right. Come on, man. A scamming Nigeria. I'm sorry, a scamming Nigerian, right? Who would have thought?
In December 2008.
That just goes so well, like peanut butter and jelly. A scamming Nigerian.
We say waka pass, far for back so. But just this month, we say with the talk, June 2025.
I want to see the story.
U.S. official review say Mr. Okoro lied during his citizenship process.
He lied during. I explained the what's going on over here in America with these tethers. I said that a lot of them are lying on their visas, applications. They're lying about their asylum seeker status, and they're lying about their refugee status. So America will bring you over here and hold you and watch you until they research your application, make sure it's thorough. And once it comes back that it's fraudulent, they were supposed to just find you. Supposed to just have integrity, be somewhere where they could find you, and they deport you. But these guys go missing. These guys flee to sanctuary cities and go missing. Okay, in America, and nobody can find them. So then now the Trump administration is making an all-out effort to find these folks and handle them accordingly. But he lied on his visa application.
The website with the talk, June 2025, U.S. official review say Mr. Okoro lied during his citizenship process. Now, he's been charged in the Federal Court of America. Here's the twist of Mr. Okoro. Mr. Okoro had already...
Right, so he lied. Okay, cool. So he's out of here. He got deported. He scammed $80 million scamming fraud. That's crazy. That's OD. That's what's going on over here.
Are the visa crackdowns and shifts in the global
I think she's her face looks familiar. She might be FBA. I might like this lady. Let me see.
Market that no one online is talking about. And I don't know why they're not talking about it. Maybe people are unaware. Maybe people don't research. But welcome to Journey with Us.
FBA
this is the
Ronnie.
channel where we do in-depth research and we bring it to you on a silver
Go back to Jamaica where the sun is shining and the coconuts blossom.
decisions for your family in 2025 and beyond, especially if you are Black.
Ricardo said there's no country in Africa that's more upstanding than Nigeria. Right.
Expat who is traveling the world. So if you're thinking about traveling Africa or Asia or even like Eastern Europe in 2025, I want to be super honest with you. The visa game, the visa landscape is changing. What used to be straightforward, pack and go, just get up, everything's good, you're gonna get visa free on arrival, is turning into colliding travel bans and stricter embassy policies. New biometric surveillance systems are also in place in some of these African countries, And for whatever reason, most expats don't even realize it yet.
All right, whatever. Did you guys see when Trump met with the president of Liberia and he said, "Wow, where do you speak? Where do you speak so English? Like, how do you speak so like your English is so well, how do you say it? I can't even say it correctly." He said, "Wow, you speak English so well. Where'd you learn how to speak English?" Yo, Trump is crazy, yo. This dude is talking to English speaking people in the English speaking country that does have a different, it has other languages there, but English is one of their main languages there. And for him to say, "Wow, um, where do you learn how to speak great English from? You speak it so well." Trump is hilarious. So he expected the guy to sound like Ibrahim Traoré, but when he spoke like us, Trump, Trump don't give a goddamn about these damn African countries. Yo, he don't even care to learn about one. I don't blame him because they run their mouth a lot. So he looked at Liberia as a nut like the Congo, and they looked at it that shit like Ethiopia. Like, yo, you speak English? He looked at them as like primitive still, and I don't know if you can blame him, but that was hilarious. So on that note, family, it's 2 o'clock on the dot. I'm in the drop top cruising the streets. You dig? So we out here. I don't know when. I'll probably be back live right away, right after watch this show, because he ain't going to bed no time soon now. All right. But you see what they're doing, man. A lot of hate. A lot of hate. A lot of hate. We gotta address it. And that damn Pan-Africanist that came over yesterday, man, that black tea, man. You so lucky, dude. It was late as hell. I'm eating pizza, just chilling. He over here being rude, don't want to shut up, don't want to answer no questions. Man, he pissed me the hell off. He kind of made my pizza cold. So I ended up eating cold pizza. Man, I was mad, man. I woke up mad at that tether. So he's gonna say, what did he say? I just had him on the tip of my tongue. The first thing he said was he complained about us calling out, us calling. The first thing he said was, "Yo, why y'all call out? Why y'all?" The first thing he said was, "Why y'all call out Africans and Caribbeans?" And I should have known right then and there because he kind of lied and said he was FBA and non-Pan-Africanist, non-Afrocentric. Okay, so that's how he came about. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt. But normally I'd have been like, I would have known, like, oh, okay, you're Pan-Africanist, Afrocentric. I would have held him too. But I'm talking to him like he's with us, like on cold, same mind state, and I'm giving him the benefit of doubt. So he's saying slick shit. I'm looking at him like a brother, like, nah, bro, I'm trying to explain. And it pissed me off because I let my guard down. So I woke up this morning like, man, I can't do that again. I even spared him on Garvey, man. I mentioned Garvey and I left it alone. Damn. Yeah, now that pissed me off, man. I'm telling you. Because normally, it pissed me off that he let it trick me to believe like he's like a brother. So I spared him. I didn't really, when a tether calls in or Afrocentric call in, his gloves off from the door. I'm swinging haymakers. But I hate when somebody gets over on me, where they're like sneak this and I don't see it. I'm trying to have a genuine conversation. Man, when I be finding out I got duped, man, that should be really bothering me. I'm really mad. Like that shit crazy. I'm really still feeling a certain way from last night. I had to eat cold goddamn pizza. I'm sitting there yelling at the top of my lungs. Neighbors like, yo, what the hell's wrong with this dude? Yeah, but that really bothered me, man. I can't stand people being disingenuous, man. And guess what? I don't hang around nobody that's disingenuous. Nobody. I don't condone it. I don't support it. I don't harvest it. I don't abet it. I hate it. And I would never let somebody who's disingenuous hang around me. Because I would tell them, like, yeah, nobody. I would tell, like, listen, I got the personality. The DJ Focus, like, these people know me in real life. They'll tell you, I will tell you. Like, nah, I don't rock with you. Like, you're a clown. You're always lying. You're never honest. Unbiased Ron. I'm gonna put, you know what, dude? Yo, I gotta do this right here. This might be my new outro. Hold on. This might be my new outro. Y'all gonna die. Hold on. Hold on. This might be the new outro. Hold on. Not just so fast. I'm almost out. I got one last thing. This might be the new outro. Not this picture. Not this picture. You hear me typing, right? All right, let's see if I get a good sound bite. Let's see if I get a good sound bite. Hopefully this is it right here. Let's try it.
Peace and Black Power families, the Prince of Pan-Africanism, King Kong Consciousness, International Ifa Tunde.
That ain't it. This is it.
Get on your Cash App, $FDMG School.
All right, get on your Cash App. $Basran. Get on your Cash App. Tell them more.
PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. We're going to start getting some work done, family. So please get them donations in. Get them in. $FDMG School. $FDMG
$Basran. Get those Cash Apps. Tell them more.
$FDMG School. Donations. $FDMG School donations. $FDMG
Yo, I'm gonna do a whole clip. I'm gonna have Umar voice. Of course, he won't be saying his little school. It'd be, but yeah, that's gonna be my new outro. Peace, family.